remind me, Alan.
Bring it on. Want some, get some. Can I get a hell yeah? Yes, I am a pirate. You have to go with the pirates because, of course, they have cannons and everything. It's a pirate's life for me. Be proud of who you are and what you are. You're a pirate.
It is a first down. Pirates.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Well, you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
I think I've ever been in a building as loud as that was. It was deafening in there.
You will get to Omaha. I can promise you that.
And it's purple all night long in Eastern North
You're
Carolina.
watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.
Yeah. My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down of my soul. And I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode.
All right, welcome in to TSO Sunday Night right here on the Sports Objectives. We have an action-packed night.
What in the
promise.
world?
Can
Is
you-
that me or them? I think that's me.
Welcome in. We have a very special show. I promise you it's going to be great. And let's bring in, ladies and gentlemen, a man that's the traveling man. He's been around the world so many times. He has frequent flyer miles. I'm talking about Kyle from LaGrange Barber. How are you, man?
Traveling. Not really.
You've been traveling around that
Yeah.
track a lot. I said you've
Yeah,
been traveling
well-
around that track.
You know, when I went out walking tonight here in the yard and on the acre and a half, and I did my 8 laps, and it about killed me tonight. I was about to give out of breath. I don't know why. Last night I did 1.25 miles on the track, and then came home and did another 5 laps outside, and tonight 8 laps outside about killed me.
Well, by the way, I've got a special song for Alan. Let's see if Alan knows the song. You ready, Alan?
I'm ready.
This is your walk-up song, Alan. This
Okay.
All right, we're going to get copyrighted, Dave. Dave's going to get us kicked off Facebook.
I know holding out for a hero very well.
Yeah, we lost Bonnie Tyler, so that's for Mr. Alan Big. He's my hero, and we've been friends for over 3 decades now. So that's for you, my friend.
Well, thank you. Good to see everybody tonight. Hope everybody had a good weekend and always fun to be here. Looking forward to it.
When did Bonnie Tyler pass away?
About 4 days ago.
R.I.P. to Bonnie Tyler. And JR has a great Bonnie Tyler story.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was actually incorrect about that. I told my wife about that. She said, "Hey, you idiot! I asked for Bonnie Raitt, not Bonnie Tyler." So I blew that one.
That's a big difference, but
Yeah, it is.
Let's give them something to talk about.
that's right. And I have the total eclipse of the heart now, right, Alan?
It's the whole thing's a heartache.
Nothing but a heartache.
Nothing but a heartache.
Yeah, you know, that actual song, Total Eclipse of the Heart, was actually supposed to be for Meatloaf. Did you know that?
I did. Jim Steinman. That's a Jim Steinman classic right there. And the guy that sang the male part, his name was Rory Dodd.
That's right. I forgot his name.
Male
Yeah,
part of that song, yeah.
I've only heard his name once or twice, so I would have never known that if you hadn't said it. Welcome in, Wildfire. What's up, brother?
Hey,
Wayne
what's
County.
going on, guys?
A
Everybody
man
doing all right?
Yeah, you're rocking Wayne County tonight.
That is correct. Looking forward to talking some East Carolina sports, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, guys.
No doubt about it. Hey guys, first things first. Let's, if you want to, really proud of Ethan Norby going to the Reds in the 4th round. I was disappointed. I'll tell you guys. I thought he would be a 2nd rounder, is what I thought. But he dropped down and picked, I believe, 122nd. So anyway, I'm not the stats guy. That will be Johnny's stats. Am I right on that, Johnny? I think.
Yeah, but you know, he was predicted. I was following at different services, anywhere from 112, 119.
Okay.
So he didn't fall that far, and maybe it was a better, fit for him. And
regardless, he got picked, so he got drafted.
yeah, I
And
did
Dave,
read. I was just going to say, Dave, on some of the major league scouts, what they had to say about him is, he's got some unique talents that some major leaguers don't even have, and one of them is his spin rate on a slider, especially, and the sweeper, 3,100 revolutions per minute RPMs, and the average for Major League Baseball is 2,600. So he's not just, he's crushing the average. Like, his spin rate is crazy, and his release point is very, very low. It's 5 feet 1 inch, and the average is 5 feet 9 inches. So he's a full 8 inches lower on his release level. And a lot of scouts feel him, being a left-hander and being able to do both of those things, that he could be a surprising difference maker, in the next few years, hopefully.
If you've ever doubted Johnny's stats for his stats, he brings it every time. That's why we love him so much.
Hey, do we know? Well, I don't know if we know Ethan's signing bonus. What is the typical signing bonus for a fourth round pick?
Okay, I do have that. 632,500.
That's the average for fourth round, or that's his official?
Now, for his slot that he got picked in, is 632.5 is the average.
Signing bonus.
All right, Alex,
wow, that's we can get a loan from Ethan right now. Ethan, we need I need some good walking shoes. I can't figure out which ones work perfect.
Hey,
So if you would, size 13 wide, Ethan, something good for a big man.
We had two other Pirates drafted.
We also talked about Ethan. Don't forget about Gavin Van Kemp also going.
Yeah, GVK. Where he's slotted, according to Major League Baseball, there's not going to be much of a signing bonus at all. But you never know what kind of deals are made. But the 12th round, there's 20 rounds. So the 12th round, he's most likely definitely gonna, he's gone. He's good for him, but he's going to sign. He got drafted 373rd in the 12th round, and then the other. I was just going to say the other guy we lost was Braden Lipoff, who was a freshman catcher from New Jersey. And we haven't lost him yet, but he did get drafted in the 19th round by the Phillies, and he'll probably sign with them. They probably spoke to him before they drafted him, I'm guessing, and he said he would go. I'm guessing. I don't know. But we don't, we can afford to lose a freshman catcher because we have Jack Woda. We have the other Jack, Enrico from Dahlonega, Georgia. What's the name of that college? Harris Young. We have him. So, and I'm thinking we're going to get, our guy back. Someone help me. What's our catcher's name, for God's sakes?
Oh gosh.
Number 24. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know him.
Walker Barron.
Barron.
I apologize to the Barron family. That was on me, though. So yeah, I think he'll be back. So we should be okay at catcher.
Yeah, I'm happy for them personally, and I know Luke Payne and others wanted to go, but hopefully the guys that didn't make it, I hope that they come back, because he said he was coming back. So I know in Luke Payne's case. So let's see if we can get some of the depth back for pitching.
Yeah, I really like the way that the guys that come back next year. I think we're setting up for a pretty decent year, depth wise, pitching wise. I think we're going to have a lot of these guys come back, and it's going to be a great year. I really do.
Hope so.
And Kyle, I know with baseball, we do have a guest we got to work out. By the way, guys. We'll talk about that after the show, or I'll put you in the private chat for recording an interview. But anyway, baseball related. But as far as you guys ready to move on to football?
Yeah, I just wanted to say one more thing about the draft, and that is there were only 5 players drafted from the American in the first 10 rounds. And Ethan was the highest drafted at 122. So, he set the pace for the American. So,
and I just want to mention one thing. A great pickup out of Goldsboro, Chandler Hill, an infielder from I've talked about on this show before, from East Carolina Academy. I think it's going to be a great pickup. The only thing I'm worried about is his bat. But I really think he can become a solid infielder behind Braden Burris. I really think he's going to project as a second baseman or a shortstop. So that's gonna be a big pickup. I'm looking forward to seeing him grow.
Hey, Justin, you would know because that's your neck of the woods.
Yep,
This is like his 5th year of high school coming up, right? So he'll be
that is
19.
correct. That's correct. That
And I
is
think
correct.
he played with Janison Steele at Acock for one, at
That
least I think his freshman year,
that is correct. Yes, he did. Yes, he
Why did
did.
he play
So
5 years of high school?
because he's going to an academy.
they get that
Um,
they get that post grad year, so they get that one extra
Uh,
year, so they
so
can
he
take
didn't
a
he
one
didn't have to
year.
repeat a grade or anything.
No, no.
Okay,
So pretty much his extra year, only thing he did was play baseball.
gotcha.
So, but I mean, it's a good pickup. I think he needs to develop from a bat aspect. But I mean, defensive skills. I mean, look, he's a great defensive guy. He's a great defensive guy. But hopefully, he can come in and get a little pop on the bat a little bit, get in the weight room a little bit, and develop that bat. That's the only downsides I see to him. But I mean, he's a small guy. Needs to put on a little bit of weight, maybe, and hopefully he can come in from a strength conditioning standpoint and gain some weight
What kind
and
of
his power.
what kind of dude is he? Wildfire. I mean, is he a good guy? Is he a Cliff Godwin type ball player?
He's a Cliff Godwin guy. I will say that. He's gonna come in and he's gonna work. He's gonna develop and he's gonna get after it. I mean, any of them East Carolina guys over there. I mean, they got good work ethic. Um, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how he comes in and develops, along with James and Steele. I mean, you got two Goldsboro kids over there. I mean, you look at the history of Wayne County athletes over at East Carolina, down from Dustin Sasser, Sam Nair, and to my brother Brett, who played at East Carolina as well. Um, great baseball in Wayne County. Just looking forward to seeing actually some guys from Wayne County over there. That's gonna be awesome to see. Looking forward to it.
love the local guy for sure. Like to see that.
No doubt about it. And it's going to be interesting to see, but really happy again for Ethan Norby, Gavin Van Kempen, and who was the freshman catcher again?
Braden Lipoff.
Lipoff.
All right, there you go. So we'll put that to bed. Move on to football. It's what is it? 55 days, Kyle?
Yeah, 55.
Okay, man.
5 days.
Hey,
Bring it on. The
Johnny
Queen
Stats.
Anne.
Johnny Stats. How am I doing so far, man?
You're doing well, Dave. You're doing well.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think we're having a great year. And Morgan Ehlers, our friend Morgan Ehlers said on Friday that he thinks we're going 9-3 in the regular season, by the way, Kyle. So
I mean, I hope so. I think it's certainly possible. But again, there's still I don't know how everybody can make these predictions and feel so confident about it without seeing one bit of what this offense is going to look like. And
2 words for you, Blake Harrell. That's what
Yeah.
Guys. I see
Okay.
9-3, but I can see 10-2, or I can see 8-4, or I can
I
see
can see 6-6
7-5.
if the offense doesn't come together.
That's what I'm
But
saying. I mean, it's so I don't. You don't. It's hard to explain where we're going to be right now with this offense. I
exactly.
mean, yeah, on paper we look good, but where are we going to be
We
when
we
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 get
have
up?
we don't our quarterback, offensive line, receivers, running backs. None of them have played together. Well, I guess we have one receiver and one running back have played together from North Texas. But it's so many new pieces. It's a brand new system. It's an offensive coordinator who had the number one offense in the American last year, but he didn't call the plays. The head coach did at North Texas, and we've had great success with offensive coordinators that came from offensive minded head coach. His first time calling plays. Lincoln
Um,
Riley, John David Baker were both the
yeah.
same. So, traditionally that's worked for us. It's just, if you ask me my official prediction, I'll probably say 8-4, but it's really hard to put a number on it because if you come out like we did in 2010, with Lincoln Riley and that whole new system, blazing it from day one, we're in good shape. If it takes half the season, like 2024, then who knows if it's God forbid it's like 23 where it just don't come together. So you never know. I think like I said, I hate having Alabama game one in this situation, but after that you have some very even games with App with ODU. At ODU is going to be pretty tough. I don't think people. And I'm not. And App's going to be tough. I mean, that's we've lost 3 in a row, but I don't know that people realize ODU won 10 games last year, and
Yeah.
so
The quarterback's at Wisconsin, though. He was a big
he
part of
is.
that. But you're right, Kyle. You're right.
Same offensive system though. They promoted I believe their receivers coach to OC.
Yeah. Hey, we do have a quarterback on the roster, though, that I think a top 20 team would love to have right now, but they can't have him. Texas Tech, man, I bet they wish that they still had Mitch Griffiths.
Yeah, probably, or somebody else.
Will Hammond is still hurt. They don't know if he's going to be able to be ready for the start of the year, and then his backup's a true freshman. So
wow, yeah,
we'll
no
see.
kidding.
Everyone's a freshman on that team except they have Kirk Francis, who's a junior, but I don't know if what he's QB3 right now. So I'm sure they wish they had Mitch Griffiths, at least for the first few games. But
yeah. And it'd be interesting who wins the start job, if it'll be Mitch or if it'll be oh God, I need to learn our quarterback's names.
Emory Williams.
Yeah, from Miami, who went starting job, and will they still be starting game 12 or game 3? And so it's.
I have a question for you guys. This is completely Steve Logan. I have no knowledge, but I have a suspicion. Maybe I'm wrong. That whoever wins the job, obviously, will be, they obviously start. But I believe that whoever the second string guy is will get a series or two. I really think that they're going to do that in case the first guy doesn't work out, then the second guy gets rep.
Against Alabama.
Well, I was thinking about that, because of the fact that if things don't work out with that first guy, or
you talk, Dave. You talk about not working out with the first guy. How often do we put a guy in and end up going to that second string guy, and it works out better than the first string guy?
Rio Johnson comes to
You look
mind.
at Rio Johnson, and Shane Carden, and then you look at the guy before Hauser that came in before Hauser. I mean, you look at that.
Garcia.
So, I mean, just because you put the starting quarterback in against Alabama, hey, that second guy might be just as better. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think there's.
Yeah. Go ahead, Al.
You will see both.
I think you'll see both against Alabama. I think we need to do it the right way. I think they need to have alternating series planned when you go in, no matter what, against Alabama, or don't like if let's say Griffith starts, don't pull him after a couple bad series immediately and put in Emory. Yeah, well, let me rephrase it. I think you could probably do that with Mitch. You can't do that with Emory. If you start Emory, do not pull him after a couple bad series. I think you could do it with Mitch. Somebody burped. Yeah, you got a mute button for a reason.
I think it was Olivic.
It was not I.
Yeah.
Wildfire.
Wildfire. You got a mute button, brother. But the
Sorry. That was my fault. Sorry.
My point was Emory Williams has limited starting experience. He started 1 or 2 games at Miami. He doesn't have the experience Mitch does. Mitch is about 39 or so. I'm not sure. He's old. He's in his 20s, in his 5th, 6th, 7th year of college football. Started games at Wake Forest, started games at Texas Tech. I think if he struggles early against Bama, you can go and pull him and try Emory. But if you start Emory, you really need to tell Emory, hey, 4th series, Mitch is coming in no matter what. Because I think you could really damage his confidence if you pull him after a couple bad series.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I think from what I've been told, guys, the couple people I've talked to them and watching practices, is that yes, nobody's really standing out, but they said if there's more upside right now to Mitch Griffiths, and I think the fact that I think that what I've been told is Emory has more upside, but Mitch has more experience. And so wouldn't you guys want to start Mitch against Alabama since he does have that experience?
And it just depends on how it looks in fall.
And he's more mobile.
Fall camp. Yeah. Well, it depends on how it looks in fall camp. I mean, if Emory has a higher ceiling, there's no doubt. So if Emory looks better in fall camp and he has a higher ceiling, then you start Emory. But if it's close or Mitch just looks more comfortable, you start Mitch. And like I said, I would be shocked if we don't see them both throughout the year. If we don't see them both throughout the year, that means somebody starts and just doesn't look back.
Well, the thing that worries me is, and I know the old adage, and I think it's old now. And if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. I've heard that a million times. However, I believe that both. My point is, I believe this is more like 1A, 1B. Both of them are good quarterbacks. I think it depends on what you're looking for. Williams isn't Williams more in the pocket kind of guy?
Yeah, yep. Mitch is more mobile. Yeah. Emory's more pocket.
Yeah,
Emory's tall. He can see over the lines.
What,
you
5,
know, I do what?
Is Mitch? Isn't he like 5'10", 5'11", or is he?
No, I think Mitch is around 6 foot. And I think Emory's like 6'3" or 6'4". So
hey, we should see if we can get Paul Troth on here because he's coaches at John Champ, where Tyler Savage went to high school, and he's coached against Mitch Griffiths, and Mitch Griffiths was in one of his camps. Okay. So he knows Mitch Griffiths probably better than almost anybody.
Good call, JR. You have a relationship with Paul, don't you?
I'm not really, but I mean, I could ask him.
Well, ask him.
I've got his phone.
I'll give him your number,
Kyle. That'll be good.
Yeah. That's a good idea, JR.
Great idea.
Definitely get him on to talk about Mitch. I don't know. The quarterback battle is going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. Like I said, and I expect it to continue into the season, but we'll see. If you ask me right now, I think Mitch will start against Alabama, but who knows? Emory's got so much upside that if he lights it up in fall camp, it's going to be hard not to start him.
Yeah, I think that's the good news is for Blake Harrell and company. And Johnny, we can shift gears, and Johnny knows what I'm getting ready to talk about. And you guys do as well. But the fact of the matter is, I think we've done an excellent job with the portal, but also, guys, the recruiting. We've done a great job recruiting. And in fact, Kenny, our buddy Kenny Curley. What's up, Kenny? I tell you what, Kyle, me and Kenny, we need to go out one, and maybe Alan need to go out one night. Kenny watches more live music than I think anybody I've ever met. You have people that you say you know about a subject, and then all of a sudden you meet somebody like Kenny Curlings. I mean, he's out watching lots of live music. I'm not.
I go to a lot of concerts. So I don't go to see a lot of local bands. So that's cool, Kenny.
Yeah, well, you don't even have to go out with them, really. Just go tailgate with them, and he'll have somebody in his tent that'll be very, very good. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, Kenny's a big fan of our show. So, Kenny, we appreciate you very much. And by the way, only 8 weeks until Alabama. So he wants to.
So we talk about the quarterback room, guys. What about the running back room? I mean, we got a stable of running backs back there, guys.
Like 5 guys.
Who you guys think suits up in game one starting running back?
I don't think it's really going to matter who starts. If based on what happened in North Texas, they use 3 or 4 back. But I think it'll be I'm horrible with names. I promise people I know what I'm talking about. The
Ashton Gray from North Texas.
Yes. Gray will be your starter. After that, I don't know. I really liked freshman last year, guys.
DeJuan Lacey?
No.
Oh, you mean the one? Yeah, I agree with you, Kyle.
He was playing quite a bit, and then he had a bad fumble against Temple and didn't see the field as much after that for the rest of the year. But just running the ball, he's really good. Guys, we should know his name. Nobody knows.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not blaming y'all. I can't think of it either. But I like him. He's got a big upside. The kid that played a
you're talking about TJ
Engelman. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't. You threw me off with the freshman thing because it's funny. The rosters now.
Was he a sophomore last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the rosters now, I think they're not going to be able to. They can't possibly do like freshman, sophomore. They're going to have to be first year, second year, third year, fourth year.
I think that applies only to people coming in. I don't think that applies to assistant players. I could be wrong on the 5 for 5, but
Well, don't they have them listed on the website as like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4?
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah, I
idea.
think they do. I think you're right about that, Justin, because I know that I saw that Michael Allen was listed as 5th year, and then Ashton Gray said 3rd year. I do remember seeing that. I'm going to go back on there right now.
But I think Gray will be the starting back. I think Engelman will be second. I think Allen will be third. Who's our other backs, guys?
Well, DeJuan Lacey.
Dewan.
Lacey, and we're missing somebody else too. There was somebody else.
It's 5 in the running back room, right? Off the top of my head.
Didn't we get
I don't
somebody
know
else on the
anything
portal?
about McGowan, the kid from South Carolina. I don't know a lot about him.
So, I think we'll be good at running back. I know we lost, kid to graduation. I know we lost kid to Florida.
London Montgomery went to Florida, and then the kid from Houston. That thank God he's gone, Kyle, because he tortured you.
Yeah.
Last year,
yeah. I think he just was out of eligibility, I believe, or.
Yeah, but anyway, I think the running back room will be about what it was. I don't foresee a huge drop off at running back. I really don't. I think it's going to be about what it was. I feel good about the running back room. Really, I don't know about you guys.
And also, I was going to add, Kyle, the running back room and wide receivers. I feel extremely confident about.
I feel good about our slot. I feel good about our slot receivers, inside receivers. What I worried about is our outside threats. I think we got plenty of guys to go inside to. I just wonder about outside deep threats.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of them though. I mean, you're right. I don't know that any of them are proven, but we sure got a lot to choose from. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody will step up.
To
answer Kenny's question, I was going to answer Kenny's question. He what did he say? What did he ask Dave? Something about being number 1 in recruiting in football?
Yeah, number 1 in the American. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, we're currently number 3, but we were number 1 for a time, and we may be number 1 again. It's just USF, Tulane, North Texas, and us. We keep going, leapfrogging each other. I think currently we sit at number 3. But
what is Memphis doing? I mean, that guy is a known top recruiter. Is he? He's probably going all portal. He's probably going.
Well, he brought 20 or 17 guys from southern Mississippi.
Right, but I mean, you would think still for high school recruiting for next year, but I bet he's going all. He's going all portal to try to get an SEC job as fast as he can.
There you go. Then
I bet it's going to backfire on him too.
You talking about
Huff?
Yeah, Huff, correct.
Yeah, I mean for me, I would say I know they have the upside where they play with the Liberty Bowl. I know that I agree with you, but it's kind of like that old. What is that old song from Janet Jackson? What have you done for me lately? I mean, I know also, and I get the FedEx money. I get all that. I'm not trying to downplay them, but I think they are a name brand for obviously our conference, but what about it's going to take them? I just feel like it's going to take them time to kind of adjust to a new system and having to, I don't know. How do you guys feel?
Well, we're talking about more recruiting and signing with Huff, but he's known as a great recruiter, but I think he's going all portal. That's why you ain't seen him sign many out of high school. But I don't know. They may take off year 1. I can tell you traditional Charles Huff teams start off really well. Traditionally, if you look at his teams over the years, they start off well and they trail off towards the end of the season, with the exception of the year that Marshall won the conference championship and he got the hell out of there. But you look at over the years at Marshall, you look at Southern Miss last year, the first half of the year, they're steamrolling people and then trail off. So we get them in November. I think that's a good time to get them. I think most people will say that's counterintuitive, or is it late October we get them? Either one. I think most people say it's counterintuitive. Brand new head coach, you want to get them early. Traditionally, from Charles Huff, I'd rather play them later in the year.
We play them after UAB, right? Or it's the other way?
Yeah.
You got 2 straight Thursday night games there.
Yeah, it's late October. Yeah, I think it's late October.
That's correct. You're correct, Kyle. So. Yeah, that game is going to be. I hate that. I want to go to Memphis really bad, but I'm going to have to go. Alan, we're going to have to take everybody for the 50th anniversary of Elvis's death, right? In August of next year.
It's of 27. That'll be 50 years. I'd love to do that. I'd love to.
Lord willing, I will be in Memphis and UAB. So Lord willing.
Yeah, well, you have to report for us, right?
Yeah. Look, as long as my foot holds up, I'll be there.
What's wrong with your foot?
Postural tendon dysfunction, guys. I'm probably gonna have to have surgery after the season.
Wait a minute, Kyle. Kyle.
Family show.
What kind of dysfunction are you talking about?
Postural tendon dysfunction is what they call it.
Oh, okay. Is that what they call it now?
That's what they call it.
Postural tendon dysfunction. So you're having problems.
I got it after that weekend when I was wrestling up there in Kentucky.
So you're having problems with your tendons in your foot. And why is it called postural? Does it affect the way you stand, or does it come from the way you stand?
It's pretty much like flat foot.
Okay.
So it's like my foot goes inwards. I guess the tendon has ruptured, so my foot goes inwards. So it's probably going to be. They're saying it's going to be about a 6 to 12 week recovery time.
Okay.
All right. So it's minimally invasive, but I should. Hopefully, I'm going to get it done in November. That way, by January, February, I'm good to go for baseball season. So get through football season and get it done in November, and then.
Wow. Well, Justin, hopefully you're able to go to Memphis. But if you do go to Memphis, how many times are you going to that chicken joint?
I will probably go 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I will be there.
You know about Gus's?
Gus's fried chicken, baby.
Gus.
Yeah, I was going to tell you guys really quick. UAB is October 15th, and then we'll have the Rice game as our homecoming on the 10th. Then we have. Check this out, Kyle. This is something I was going to ask you, and I've been meaning to, and I forgot. We've got 3 games in 12 days. You've got this. Yeah, that's a concern. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but
what are they?
Rice, UAB, Memphis.
I like
with the one short week between Rice and UAB.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I'll tell you why. Rice runs triple option now, and you got Rice. You're gonna be tired, and then you got to go on the road and play in an empty Birmingham stadium. That has upset written all over it. I do not like that at all.
And Thursday night, a Thursday night
in Birmingham after playing triple option against Rice. I do not like that at all. Ooh.
Yeah, that's something I've been meaning to noticed that a couple weeks ago, and just realized, Kyle, I forgot to ask you about that and the guys, but specifically Kyle, because I know how you are about scheduling and.
Yeah, really, the Memphis, the 3 games in 12 days, because the third game you get a long week for it. That really doesn't bother me. It's the second game. It's on the. It's not only are you playing a short week, but you're playing a short week on the road, and you just took on a triple option team. Now we played really well against triple option last year against Army, really well. So obviously that DC's gone, but Blake had a lot to do with that. So. Hopefully we'll do the same again this year against the Rice House.
One of the things we always talk about on the show is what's not to get deep in the weeds with Rice, but what about their quarterback? Do they have an athletic quarterback that can?
Don't know anything about Rice. Haven't researched them yet. Need to research them. The best thing to do in that game, if our offense is clicking by that point, score early, score often, so we don't have to worry about if we're taking a beating on defense and we're giving up some points.
Yeah. That would be fantastic. I tell you what, Kenny says never lost the tailgate. And by the way, he said Kenny might have had me beat in the tailgates. That's what Josh says because he gets live music.
Guarantee if we're going to lose to Alabama week 1. If we lose to UAB in an upset, the we can't win in Alabama stuff will start again. Despite the fact that we beat UAB like the last 2 times we played them down there, and we won the Birmingham Bowl. But I guarantee you, somebody's going to say it. If that happens, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good thing is before Rice, we're coming off a bye. We got Central, and then we have.
And then we got a lovely time to have a bye after Central. I sure would rather have that bye after Rice before UAB.
Amen. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
That was.
Although it does give you more time to prepare for the triple option. So from that aspect.
Hey Dave, I wanted to say that we're going to have a guest on. In the next few weeks, that's an Alabama season ticket holder, and he's going to, give us the lowdown on how to survive in Tuscaloosa. But he's also a friend of mine, and we played high school football together. But The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I took him to the NC State game, and going to over 100 Alabama home games, he's seen the tailgating mecca. But he said, "Dude, I am telling you, this place is better than some of the SEC tailgating places I've been to." And he was not saying that to just because I wanted to hear it. He was telling me he was honestly impressed with the way we tailgate here. So we should be proud.
Yeah, you come to a Saturday tailgate at Dowdy Ficklen for a big game, or either when we're winning. Yeah, it's great. Now, some of the weeknight tailgates we had to put up with last year suck. When we're losing, the tailgates suck. But if it's a big game or we're just winning, yeah, East Carolina's tailgate scene, and I'm not a big tailgater, but still the tailgate scene is fantastic.
By the way, Josh talks about the Halloween game. We're playing Temple. I love the fact that we're playing on a Saturday night.
Pirates versus Owls.
Yes. And he's asking, what are you guys dressing up for the tailgate? Are you going to dress up, Kyle?
I'm going as Alan Thomas. I mean, not Alan. Well, that's it. I'm going as Alan Thomas. That's right. That's it. I was going to say I'm going as Josh. I was going to either go with Alan Vick or Josh Thomas, and I combined them both. I was trying to say I was going to go with Josh Thomas, but instead, I'm going to stick with
Kyle
it.
Barber.
I'm sticking with it. I'm going with the former mayor of Greenville. I'm going to be Alan Thomas for Halloween. Forget it. I was going to try to say Josh Thomas, but anyway.
Hairdo, buddy. You're going to be
I'm going as Alan Vick.
All I got to do,
I'm
Alan.
going as Kyle Barber, baby.
Oh, Justin, that's a hell of a costume.
Shirts off.
Alan, all I have to do is find an all I got to do is find an Eric Bischoff mask from the NWO era, and I'll look just like Alan Thomas.
Oh man, that is really. I've never thought about that. That's really funny.
You've never thought? Yeah. Oh yeah. He definitely looks like Eric Bischoff.
Oh my God. That's classic. By the way, Matt, what's up, Matt? How you doing tonight? Memphis is going to be on a short week. They play on a Friday night and they play Tulane. So thank you, Matt.
I like that. For things you don't like about scheduling, things you do like. We get a whole week from Memphis, and now they got a short week after Tulane. Unfortunately, it's at the Liberty Bowl, but and they owe us. We've beaten them 3 times in a row. Oddly enough.
That Memphis UAB, something to me that's going to be a pivotal swing in the schedule right there. I think, guys. It's just something about that.
I agree, Justin.
That week right there.
I agree.
Yeah, that's either going to make or break our schedule. I mean, you got South Florida, then you got Memphis, and you got UAB. Something right there is if we can take 2 or 3, or even 3 or 3. I mean, we got to win them games right there. That's going to be our season.
Yep, and it's going to be a bummer. South Florida on a Friday night, Dave. So you and I will more than likely be in the middle of high school football playoff round 1.
Yeah,
particular Friday night. So that's
how can you go to the Kyle or somebody needs to go to the post game for us, because Alan and I always go. So
yeah, well,
I'll volunteer for that.
Hey, sit in the second chair to the right on the front row until where the players and coaches come in and out. Make sure they have plenty of room, Wildfire, when you come in, because
you just give me a list of questions you guys want.
Yeah, you have to sit beside Igo.
Oh God.
Wait a minute now.
Grizzard, Mike Grizzard is a heck of a nice guy. I love Mike.
Yeah, he is. And Igo and Mike, I mean, you got 2 legends. You're sitting right in the middle. You can't help but be smarter by having Igo and Mike. You're in between. So you're hanging out with great company.
You can't help but be smarter than the 2 people you're sitting in between.
I like telling Mike dirty jokes. And so he's cackling about the time Blake walks in, and that's always fun.
Yeah, post-game press conferences, if we lose, ain't a good place for me. If we win, if we win, and depending on how we win, if it's dramatic, I'll be in there and go for the last win. So I know my place in post-game press conferences, ain't it?
I don't want to see a bad loss, but that would be interesting, Kyle, in the press.
I'd keep it. Honestly, as I've grown older, and I like Blake, it would never be in the lines of a Scotty Montgomery type press conference, or even a Mike Houston, because I like Blake, but no, I don't want to be in a post-game press conference.
All right, maybe Johnny can then.
I don't know. We
I'd
got a
do
lot
it.
of time between now and November, guys. If nobody goes to that one post-game press conference, it'll be okay.
That's fine. Graham asked, how many games do you think ECU will be favored? Pretty much everyone except for Alabama.
Depends on how we play. It depends on how we play the rest of the
No.
year. I mean, it depends on how we play. You know, if we lose to Alabama, and let's just pretend, let's say we lose to Alabama 41-17, and then we beat App 24-21. Well, on the road at ODU, we'll probably be underdogs. So it just depends on how things play out. It's hard to say. Based on preseason, who asked that?
Graham.
Based on preseason, depends on who you go by, Graham. Let's go by Phil Steele. And then the ESPN Power Ranking. If you go by the ESPN Power Rankings, we'll be underdogs to
Army for sure.
Well, if
Army.
you go by ESPN Power
No,
Rankings,
the only team ahead of us in the ESPN Power Rankings is we don't play them.
Tulane. Yeah, but I'm talking about away games at Memphis and at Army. We are definitely going to be underdogs. Definitely against Army.
We're not
but probably Memphis too.
We're not definitely going to be anything. Memphis could be the drizzling shits, and we could be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it just based on what you see
certainly
now.
Can't say that game's early though, Kyle. I mean, that's
Memphis.
Was eighth game? Is it?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to know what you are by late October. Well,
Seventh game.
typically, you're going to know what you are by late October, exception being 24. But I don't know, man. Who asked that question again, Dave?
Graham.
If you go by the ESPN Power Rankings, we'll be favored in everything, but it's ODU ahead of us behind us, 1 or 2 games. But if you go, realistically, JR's right. We'll probably be a dog at Memphis. We'll probably be a dog at Army. I would expect, if we're as good as we hope we're going to be, I would expect us to be favored in most of our games, but certainly not all.
Well, you look at the ESPN Power Rankings. I mean, they've got us the 5th or 6th best chance from the G6 to make the playoffs.
6.
So what, 5% or whatever.
6th, yeah. Which is it's funny because it just shows the lack of continuity. If you buy the ESPN College Football Magazine, we're not even. They just do a Group of 6 preview. They don't break it down by conference, and we're not even mentioned. It's like we don't exist. And then in their power rankings, they have us the 6th best chance, 2nd best team in the American. So poor continuity there between ESPN's football magazine and their website. So I don't know. Phil still has us 4th. There's so many unknowns, not only with East Carolina, but with so many other teams: Memphis, South Florida, Appalachian State, ODU to a lesser degree. Their quarterback is gone, but I do think they have more continuity coming back than a lot of other teams. Just thinking about early season schedule. I got to look later in the season. Somebody like Temple, I don't know what they lost from the portal, what they have coming back. I like their head coach. If they didn't lose a lot to the portal, Temple could be a dangerous team this year.
Yeah.
By the way, Kyle, I figured out the easiest way to lose our credentials with the university.
Pee on a player. I mean, what's the easiest way to lose?
Josh says, Dave, can you give me a field pass so I can be on the field in a Michael Myers costume? That would be hilarious. So.
On Halloween, I mean,
maybe that would work. Yeah, it won't work in the. Hey, Alan, it won't work in November, right?
No. Now, what's the easiest way to lose your credentials?
I think that was the answer. Michael Myers costume.
Okay. All right.
On the field. So he's on the sidelines on the field. They're right there. So yeah, that will be that. So Robert says some Bama podcasters expect him to play both of their quarterbacks versus ECU, and this Bama team is young in general, could make things interesting. Yeah, their quarterback, Johnny and I have talked about their quarterback play. They're what I'm hearing on, and I know you guys don't like Paul Feinbaum, but I listen to him regularly, and they've been talking about that situation where it's kind of ironic, even though their talent level, I'm sure, as you guys will say, is superior, but as far as their quarterback play, they're talking about it, and we're talking about it. So,
Yep. I think, obviously we're big underdogs at Bama, and we've talked about that ad nauseum. But if you're going to catch Alabama, and I'm not predicting anything, I'm just saying this might be the year if you're going to play Alabama early. I think this is possibly going to be one of the weaker Alabama teams over the last decade. That's my opinion. I still think they're going to be really good, but I don't think they're national championship material this year.
Well, I think the tide is turning. I really do. I just don't think with rev share, Alabama they could hoard all the best players because, hey, you come play for Alabama. But when other teams like Vanderbilt even is stepping up, is what they're paying, Alabama can't get all the players. And I don't see them dominating anymore. I don't even see them winning the SEC more than once every 4 or 5 years. I know that's hard to think.
I agree.
Yeah, here's the thing
that's where it's going.
You're spot on, Johnny, and I'll tell you why. Because when you mentioned Vanderbilt and everybody's like, they start laughing. Well, they finally got wise in that they're a really, really, really rich school. Even if you take away, and our friend Shell Powell really knows the endowments and all that stuff. But if you look at how much money Vanderbilt has, they've got a ton of money. You're in Nashville, Tennessee, which is a great city, one of the fastest growing cities in America. I mean, you could go on and on of why, like, Vanderbilt used to be a joke, but it's not your daddy or granddaddy's Vanderbilt. And I'm not saying, let me make it very clear, I'm not saying that Vanderbilt's going to win the SEC, but they're not going to be a joke anymore. I can promise you that.
Well, they haven't been a joke for several years now. I mean, their quarterback was a Heisman finalist. I mean, they've turned the corner in their program, and will continue, I think, to be competitive in the SEC. So right now, I think the worst program in the SEC, is Arkansas, but not Vandy anymore. But even still, Arkansas's got a load of talent. As far as Alabama goes, Alabama experimenting with quarterbacks, all that kind of stuff, that's only good for us in terms of, making it a competitive game. Look, if we had Caden Hauser and the entire offense back like it was the old days, I'd be optimistic about, hey, who knows? But in this situation, what I want to see is the defense perform up to expectations and the offense be able to get something going so you have a semblance of knowing who you are from an offensive identity against App State. Because App should be able to get their offense going against Maine. So they'll have an idea who they are. Now, obviously, they're going to play a much tougher defense week 2 against the Pirates. But that's what I want to see out of the Alabama game. Defense needs to look like what we expect them to and keep Alabama, within check, within reason. And the offense needs to hopefully be able to form some kind of identity of who they are in that first game.
Graham says, growing up in Alabama, they're just not what they were with Saban.
No,
they only made the playoffs last year. They suck.
Well, but the point is that with Saban, it would be 63-10. It would be an extreme blowout, like really embarrassment kind of blowout. I guess it's whatever you're relatively speaking.
I'd like to, and I mentioned this to Stevie today, Dave. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're going to see where I'm going. It's where you were going. I really would like to look historically when we opened the season, not against NC State, not against, a middle of the road West Virginia or South Carolina, but against a preseason top 20 team. We'll just say preseason top 20.
2-10 and 23.
I'd like to see what our record is historically. Yeah, 23 was 2-10. I'd really like to look it up what it is historically because I don't like these games at all. I love the NC States. I love the South Carolinas. I love the West Virginias.
Amen.
I don't like these games. I don't like this kind of, the Alabama to Michigan. When you're playing a team that's preseason top 20, I hate opening. I don't mind playing them. I hate opening the season against them.
How about the game next year?
Northwestern's great. I love that. That's right up my alley. I love that.
Well, you know that I've always wanted to go to Wrigley, and obviously, I think Kyle, one of my favorite movies growing up was Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Sure.
I mean that is a classic movie and takes place in the city of Chicago. The food, Kyle and I for sure are foodies. I think Johnny is, but that is going to be a amazing game. I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully we can work it out.
Yeah, we're planning on going. We don't normally, normally we never do long road trips for games, and that one, like I said, I got a lot of friends in Illinois. My buddy James from Mississippi is now James in Illinois, living right outside Chicago as of a week now, with Sarah, his girlfriend. They've moved up there. I got my friend Kim. People prefer me mentioning her family down in Peoria. So Illinois is a place that's near and dear to me. I'm a Cubs fan. So looking forward to that trip next year, 2027 September, playing Northwestern and Evanston. Hopefully the Cubs will have a home game around the same time at Wrigley. And looking forward to that trip.
Plus, they're breaking in a new stadium up there in Northwestern. So I don't know if you guys seen renderings of that new stadium they got out there, but it's looking like a pretty good little.
Yeah, it does.
Teal Graham there. Brother, I hope you're right. And if you are right, I will buy you a beer at the Appalachian State game. Whatever beer you want.
Josh is coming out.
Cubs suck, go Braves. Josh, opinions vary. Opinions like assholes. Everybody's got one. Some are just a lot more shitty than others. But growing up, and I've been through this a million times, not that anybody really gives a crap, but I hate the Braves because of WCW wrestling. I'd go to watch WCW Saturday night, and there the Braves would be on because of a rain delay like a bunch of assholes. And so I hated the Braves growing up because of that.
That's not a good reason, Kyle.
It's a great reason. When you love wrestling as much as I did as a kid, that's a great reason. And
it's not the Braves' fault, though.
That's absolutely the Braves' fault. Screw the Braves. That's how
I go for the Southern team.
Rationalize that to a 10-year-old child who's trying to watch wrestling.
Oh, okay, 10 years old.
Yeah, JR. I mean, yeah. So the hatred was built in from my childhood, and so I still hate them because of that. And became a Cubs fan because growing up, your choices were the Cubs, the Braves, and the Orioles. And besides Cal Ripken Jr., the Orioles always, come to think of it, the Cubs always sucked too. But it was fun to watch the Cubs in the middle of the afternoon on WGN during the summer with Harry Carey and Ryan Sandberg. But I respect Braves. I respect the Braves. Look, honestly, that's why I hate the Braves. But do I respect the Braves organization and the way they manage their organization and all the success they have and all the players they produced over the last 30 years, growing up? Players like Dave Justice and Fred McGriff and John Smoltz and Steve Avery and Greg Maddox, Chipper Jones. Of course, I respect the Braves. Absolutely.
Speaking of Chipper, Chipper was the Grand Marshal for the race in Atlanta today, by the way. That was pretty cool.
Good choice. Very good choice.
Most definitely.
Chipper played for the Durham Bulls. I remember that vividly.
Yes, he did. And I tell you what, I grew up a big Durham Bulls fan growing up in Durham until age 12. And I tell you guys, when I was going to those games, the Durham Bulls, the Braves organization was terrible. And there might have been 500 fans, maybe 1,000, like hardcore fans like myself and my grandfathers. And both grandfathers took me to those games. And to think that, in the early 80s, then you go to the late 80s. I'll tell you one thing, too, and I don't want to get off on this, but Dale Murphy needs to be in the Hall of Fame. They were talking about that last week. I don't understand why in the world that's not, but I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I just wanted to say, even though I'm not a Braves fan, they've had a lot of great players, and my gosh, what does Dale Murphy have to do to get in the Hall of Fame? He has a lot of, if you look at all the check marks.
Well, I'm going to go to football, Dave. What on earth did John Riggins have to do to get into the Redskins to retire his number? I mean, he's been in the Hall of Fame for how many years? 30?
A long time, and
I mean, I don't get what the heck. I think they're just trying to appeal to Redskin fans as opposed to the Commander fans that are, later arrivers to the team. But I applaud them for doing it. But man, they waited a little bit too long to do that, in my opinion.
Well, that's going to be on November 8th, and it's funny when it's funny. I've already had a couple friends. Hey, can I go to the game with you on November 8th? And I'm like, because of Riggins, we'll have to all go up there. It's a
What
great.
game are you talking about?
Going to retire Riggins, John Riggins' number.
Oh, I was so lost. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, I got you now.
Yeah. So anyway, we
could have been done, 15 years ago. But
yeah, he's been in the Hall of Fame, Kyle, for 30-something years.
Nice. When I was a kid, I had a fake wrestling promotion I came up with, and I used to make up characters for it. And my world champion was just a guy I made up named Johnny Riggins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that.
His finishing maneuver was it 70 chip?
It was not. His finishing maneuver was a big elbow drop coming off the my brain's not working. The thing at the end of the bed. What's that called?
Bedpost.
Headboard.
Footboard. It was a big elbow coming off the footboard. Was his finish maneuver? I'd say, or Alan.
By the way, I want to talk about this. We'll get back on to football, I promise. Hulk Hogan said something, and this was like a reel that I saw a week or two ago. And he said the reason why I have never heard this before. The reason why that he went to the leg drop so much is because when he was coming along early days of being a wrestler, those wrestling rings were really, really bad as far as like when you're coming down on the, like he said, you could in other words, you could easily get hurt. So he did the leg drop off the ropes, and he comes down and 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. Who knows why he came with the leg drop? That's possible. There was some bad rings back in the day. He started in Florida, and those are Southern bumping rings, as they used to call them. Those weren't bad, but Memphis also was a Southern bumping ring. Although at some of the spot shows in Memphis, those rings would have been trash. He wrestled in the AWA for a long time. I think Vern's rings were similar to Vince's rings. Very good rings, but very hard.
Yeah,
very hard because they were both big men territories, so they needed the structure to support the weight. I don't know if that's true or not, but Hogan, R.I.P. But he was a world class liar. So I don't know why he would have lied about that, but he lied about so much crap. It's funny. I just saw the former bass player for Metallica, Jason. Oh God, help me out, guys. Anybody a Metallica fan? Jason.
I know the band.
Yeah, I just saw him open for Blackberry Smoke.
Jason
Newsted. I just saw him.
I was on mute. I muted myself. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I just saw him open for Blackberry Smoke. Well, he replaced the bassist that passed away from Metallica. 89, I guess it was. But Hogan claims that Metallica asked him to be the bassist, and he said, "No, brother, I'm busy with this wrestling thing." I mean,
oh my God.
Oh.
Well, I guess I'm different, and I realize Hogan was a star, and I understand it, but I never was a Hogan guy ever.
Same.
I was. I admit it. So
ever.
I wasn't either. Even as a kid, I never got in. I would watch his matches as a kid, but it was never my favorite. Never. Even as a small child, there was 100 other people I would rather watch.
I love, and one of the best ever. And I know he says that too much, but I love Bret the Hitman Hart.
I agree. I'm a huge Bret Hart fan.
And I think Hogan, the reason I liked Hogan so much is because he really brought wrestling to the, I guess the mainstream. I hate to use that term, but
yes and no. Wrestling was already mainstream. It was mainstream, but it was territorial. I mean, the Carolinas and Virginia had their territory that was, syndicated all over this area.
I was a big Ivan Koloff guy.
Memphis had their territory. Florida had theirs. So, but what Hogan did was make one promotion mainstream. So, Justin, you're not old enough to even have watched Ivan Koloff wrestle.
Ivan Koloff, and then I was a big. Back in my day, it was Ric Flair, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was Steve Austin, The Rock, and Flair was still wrestling in the '90s. But yeah, Ivan was Ivan was world champion or WWF champion.
Ivan Koloff actually came to my school when I was in probably middle school, and he actually had a talk at our school.
Yeah, Ivan lived in Winterville for years.
Yeah,
But,
so yeah, he actually came
All right.
to my school when I was at
In
Eastern
fact, he
Wayne.
married our good friend Pirate Owl. Our friend Pirate Owl.
I did not know Ivan Koloff and Pirate Owl were ever married to each other. That's interesting.
Ivan beat
No.
San Marino in
The
7-1.
fish ate here.
Ivan beat San
Be
Marino
careful.
one, and that rocked the wrestling world.
Yes, thank you, Alan. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah, Ivan beat Bruto in the Garden
Yeah.
for the world title, which was shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. And then had his second career in the '80s as a tag team wrestler with Nikita.
Yeah, who's been on our show.
Ivan was such a good guy. We all have Ivan stories, but I guess Renee is still around and doing well. But I remember eating at Fuji, Japan with Ivan Koloff probably 15, 16, 17 years ago, and he couldn't have been any nicer. He was fantastic.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, my favorite Ivan, and if you lived in Eastern North Carolina in the '90s and 2000, early 2000s, you ran into Ivan. My favorite Ivan Koloff story.
Walmart.
Walmart. Yes, he would go to Walmart and sign autographs for the Children's Miracle Network. We were at Walmart one day in Kinston, and he wasn't signing autographs. He just walked in and was walking around. I said, "Ivan, what are you doing here?" And he had came to Kinston to go to the county fair to watch the demolition derby, and he was one day off. He was there on Sunday, and it had been Saturday night, so he just came to Walmart to see people and walk around and talk to people. Just that's how he was. And if he wasn't signing autographs or taking pictures for Children's Miracle Network, if you just ran into him and you wanted a picture and autograph, there was no charge. There was no I mind doing it. He was glad to do it. Ivan was a really nice guy.
He was a huge country music fan. He and I sat a couple seats apart at a Gene Watson concert about 20 years ago. He loved the classic country.
I did not know that about Ivan Allen. But I'll tell you something that's pirate related besides him being from Eastern North Carolina. Ivan Koloff had a great relationship with Jeff Charles and was a guest on Jeff's show many times, and they were good friends. Obviously, from Jeff was a huge wrestling fan, and from a bodybuilding standpoint, Ivan at one time was a body guy, and so him and Jeff had a great relationship.
Yep, I've still got a tape somewhere of Ivan on Jeff's show in 2006 from Pirate Radio. Still got it somewhere. But yeah, he was on Jeff Charles's show at least a half a dozen times.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to. We'll talk.
To me, that's East Carolina related. Anytime you're talking about Ivan Koloff, that's East Carolina related.
Graham wants to know what is our overall best room as far as position room.
I'd say defensive line or linebackers.
Yeah, the inside linebackers and the outside linebackers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Linebackers and DBs probably.
Hey, DBs.
I don't know. I think our wide receiver. I know, Kyle, you have suspicions about our downfield outside guy, but
I do.
I feel like I think we're pretty well stocked at wide receiver.
I like
nickel looks good. Nickelbacks, we look good there.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever said that, Kyle. Nickelback looks good, but
I like Nickelback. You don't like Nickelback?
Not particularly. Not just because
you guys mentioned the running back room. I really like our running back room, guys. I mean, look, we're deep there.
I agree, Justin. I agree.
We're deep. I agree. We are deep.
I agree.
Yeah, I tell you one position. I'm going to say the most underrated room at ECU this year will be the offensive line.
Potentially.
I'll agree with that.
Potentially.
It could be not a lot of depth, but man, if everybody, we have potential there for sure.
Together, yeah, I know.
If our offensive line will stay healthy, that is the key. If we will stay healthy,
the depth part is the issue. I think we'll be fine. You think you're right, Justin. I think if our starters will be fine. We haven't seen them play together yet, but on paper they look good. Yeah. It's going to be a depth thing. Staying healthy. We added a piece. From an FCS. Who the hell was that? Was that from Valpo? We
took Southern Miss too.
Well, no, but the Southern Miss kid was here for spring ball. We added a kid. We added a kid post spring from Valpo.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. Okay.
So there's another piece of depth there that we really haven't seen yet. So, and the fact that we did add him post spring tells me we needed some more depth on the offensive line. So, I think potentially, Dave, the offensive line could be a very underrated. I'll tell you what we did in the portal on the offensive line was underrated. I really think I've said this multiple times. Getting 2 FBS starters, one an FBS conference, all conference player, and the other a Sun Belt player, and then a FCS All American at offensive line. Yeah, that's good for a group of 6 school.
Yeah.
Well,
Dave and I, hey Dave, we were speaking overall, Kyle. Last year compared to this year, and in the high school recruiting and portal cycle last year, we were 7th in high school recruiting in the conference and 11th in the portal. And now you're talking about 11th, and Army and Navy don't even participate in the portal. So you're 11th out of 12. This is according to 24/7 Sports. Okay, so this year we are 5th in the portal, doing really well, and are not too far off from 3rd. Actually, we're just a few points behind 3rd, and we're 3rd in high school recruiting right now. So recruiting is really stepping up in both, high school wise and the portal.
Yeah, and that portal ranking better be accurate, or we're going to struggle. So it better be accurate or better. Yeah, I watched the portal this year, and I'd say that's about right. Memphis did well in the portal. South Florida did well in the portal. We did well in the portal. North Texas did well in the portal. So
I'll tell you what I like about this. And Johnny, you were right to be concerned when we had coaches that were recruiting at a high level for us and then they leave. But I tell you what I love about Blake Harrell. There's some people that are just going all in, like you said, Kyle. I think Charles Huff is at Memphis, like you were talking about. But I like the fact that you've got a guy like Blake Harrell. He's saying, okay, I'm going to get the best high school kids we can get. And right now we can get a lot of great high school kids because of the portal. He's getting guys in the transfer portal. He's getting, I think over the last 2 or 3 years, we're getting a guy or two from JUCO, right?
Yeah, you're still taking JUCO kids.
Yeah, so for me, I think when it comes to people ask me all the time, the reason I'm so high on Blake Harrell is he's not putting all his chips in on transfer portal. Just see Biff Poggi if you think that's a great idea, and him with his great T-shirts. But for me personally, I'll put my money on Blake, 14-9 overall, and I think he's going to have a monster year again.
Yeah. Hey, one team we left out, Kyle, of the portal that did well. You mentioned Memphis, South Florida, North Texas, but Tulsa, with only 24 commits, I mean, they're 3rd right now in the 24/7 portal rankings because they got a lot of quality, which we need them to do that because they need to be better. Tulsa needs to definitely be better. But
well, the
we had 23.
The portal ranking shouldn't change at this point.
No, these are finals.
Yeah.
They're 3rd, we're 5th. But we're just a few points off of 3rd was my comment. But yeah, it's done because the portal's finished. But we signed 23, Tulsa signed 24, but Memphis 53 and North Texas 49. And that obviously has a lot to do with coaching changes. And
I believe in if you guys know me, I believe in building a program, and I think that's what Blake is. In other words, you don't do Dabo Sweeney, and Dabo doesn't even do Dabo anymore. He's not ignoring the transfer portal. So when it comes to the transfer portal, we're doing a nice job of keeping our eyes and ears open for that. But just to go all in on the transfer portal, I think it's a terrible idea. But that's just me. Kenny says if the defense can average keeping teams to 26 points and under, then if the offense can take off early and put up 35 to 38 or more, this will be really good. This year will be good.
Well, no shit, Kenny. If the defense holds people to 26 points and we score 35 to 38 a game, you'll win. Yeah, that's
like that.
Last year,
that's good. That's good, Kenny. I love you. I love you. You're a great poster and a great pirate. But that was the most obvious thing anybody has ever said ever.
Well, what Kenny said, let's analyze very quickly. Kenny said if we score more points than the opposition, that we're going to win some games.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, you know, Phil Steele had us at 30. Wasn't it last year? He had us at 32 points.
Yeah, no, we're not going to average 38 points a game. If we do, God Almighty, if we average 38 points a game and hold people to 26 or less,
we'll be in the
you get 10 and 2, baby. But so yeah, no, I would say early in the year, we take the Alabama game out of the equation. If we can keep people, let's say we average, you keep people to 25 or less, and then we can average around 30 points a game. I think we'll be in really good shape. To what Kenny is actually saying, but if we do what Kenny said number wise, yeah, we'll be blowing people's doors off.
I think I do think there's games where, I'm not saying every single game, but I think there's a lot of games where we'll get to low to mid 30s. I really do. And the defense, I think that's the key right there. Is we were talking, I know Justin, you were talking about offensively, but what I'm concerned about, not to jinx our program, I'm worried about injuries on defense, because if we can keep what we have there with the depth we have, we'll be in just about every single game and with a chance to win. For me, that's what I'm concerned about, is the defense this year. How will they hold up?
Yeah,
I think we have some depth on defense. The one place I'm concerned is the secondary, because of the potential suspensions, because of the tow truck incident that I got reported on over on Hoist the Colors in the VIP chat, with little to no information, but it's out there, so I feel free to talk about it. Well, I don't even want to say the players' names, but it's you go look on, you go subscribe to Hoist the Colors, go on the VIP chat, you can find it.
One of the players involved was, he was expected to step up, but last year he did make a great play and immediately got reprimanded by Blake. But he played very little last year. It's not like he's someone that we're trying to replace. He's just someone that was expected to step up. So
he's expected to be a starter. We don't have a lot of depth there, so we hopefully they won't get kicked off the team. I don't think that's going to happen.
I know it's a different situation, but last year we had the 3 gunslingers, and we were worried about that, and that turned out they learned their lesson.
That
they
were
on
their best behavior.
Public.
Yeah.
And we didn't lose any time.
The one thing that's curious, the one thing that's curious about this is that seemed to be a lot more public. This seems to have been very hush hush, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But we'll see. I'm hoping it's going to end up just being a game suspension for Bama, and we move on.
So out here, I've heard about this, but I didn't hear the particulars. Obviously, no player names.
There's no particulars to be said. All we know is there was an incident involving a tow truck and potentially some threats towards tow truck driver from a couple players.
Was there a police report filed?
I don't know. I didn't get that information from IGO. That's all I know. That's a good question, though. Was there a police report? And I would imagine
from what I've been told, there was no police report filed.
No police report filed. Well, what was Justin? Do you have any more information? I mean, how bad were the threats to the point where you're thinking about rumored kicking somebody off the team? I mean, you would have to. Let me be honest with you. If in my 20s, if you were towing my vehicle, you're probably going to get some threats from me.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
Here's the deal.
I agree with that, Kyle.
I think it's going to be. I truly believe if there's any silver lining for the players, it's the fact that they did it early on and not a week before the season or something. But I will tell you this: if you know anything about Blake, what's going to happen is the way these coaches handle, as you guys know, they're going to have to be getting up way early.
Dave, I was told with one of the 2 of these kids, or at least rumored. This is all rumors and speculation, to be clear. But I was told that there may be a disagreement on one of these kids by Blake and by Gilbert, that maybe one to be more lenient with the punishment than the other.
Yep.
And again, that's rumor and innuendo. But that is the rumor. So we'll see how that plays out. My hunch tells me is they're not going to get kicked off the team. There's plenty of time, like you said. This happened in June, early June.
Yep.
You got all summer to make amends, to show you're on the straight and narrow. And I think you should have to play every down against Alabama versus.
Yeah. Hey, we won't mention any names, but like I already said, one of them didn't play much at all last year. The other one didn't play at all either because he spent the whole year recovering from a spring injury that happened in spring ball. But they're both from the state of Georgia. So, with all that stuff going on with the Georgia Bulldogs, I don't know. Is it something about Georgia that these kids are getting themselves in trouble? But from what I hear, the one kid has never been in trouble before, the one that was injured last year.
Yeah.
And is a good kid. And I'm not saying the other kid's not a good kid because I don't know him, but I know that he has been in trouble before. I do know that.
And
that could be a problem.
The one that's been in trouble before is the one that's rumored that the discipline is going to be a little harder on.
Yeah.
Brandon's saying, I think East Carolina will give Alabama a good game and they run away late.
I hope you're, I don't hope they run away late, but I hope you're right. I think our defense, if we have everybody healthy, nobody's kicked off or suspended, I think our defense can make it respectable. Again, can we get in any kind of rhythm on offense? That is a tall task.
I'm going to do my Kyle Barber. It's going to be, you talked about the bowl game as being the perfect game. We're going to have to get a lot of fumbles and on our defense. And
boy, you compare that to Pitt. I mean,
I'm not talking about the game the same. I'm talking about what you said.
Yeah, that kind of yes. My biggest concern is about getting this offense in rhythm. That will be my concern the whole game is what can you really figure out about yourself on offense against Alabama? Because something you might not be able to do well against Alabama, you may be able to do well against App State or ODU or whoever else. Now, if you do something well against Alabama, you figure you're going to do it well against anybody else you play. So that's my big thing. What can we figure out about this offense in that game? I really, really wish there was a North Carolina Central before Alabama or after Alabama before we played App State.
Then we wouldn't have played the game though. It was either week one or not play at all.
Well,
but I know what you're saying.
I
get what you're saying.
Even after Alabama, before App State, if we could play NC Central, and we could. Every FCS team's playing week 0. We could have talked about being creative with some scheduling.
Graham says, I can promise you, Bama is going to try to run the football, and if we're strong as we often think we are, it could get real interesting. They have a quarterback that can get in a rhythm throwing the football.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're trying to figure out some things with the passing game, who knows?
Butte Jalokia 400 says, if they're not competing for starting jobs, it really shouldn't be a big deal. We're talking about guys who played one.
Both of them are projected starters.
Yep. Matt's hoping for another Michigan defensive situation, but with some offensive time. That's a good observation.
Yeah, the offensive time is going to be key.
Brandon said, "Are y'all surprised the game will be aired on ABC?" No, because
it's Alabama.
It's Alabama, and
it is week 1, and there's only week 1 often has you have some marquee matchups, but after your marquee matchups, good matchups are kind of limited.
Yep.
No question. Let's see. Graham says, I can promise you. Yeah, that's the same one.
I just don't see. I mean, I know Kyle and I disagree on this, but I just don't see a downside. That's just my opinion to play in Alabama week 1, $1 million, national television.
1.5.
I just think I'm not predicting anything score-wise. I just think it's really good for the university. I think it's really good.
The downside would be not being able to get the offense going, and you're still trying to figure it out week 2.
I mean, I agree, but as far as the eyes on the program type situation, I think it's great. I mean,
I agree, Alan.
National TV week 1.
I agree.
Pretty much every time we play. National TV
network. You know what I mean?
Linear.
Yeah.
Hey, I just thought of something to prove my point that Alabama's not able to get the players that they used to get. We opened the season last year trying to contain Hollywood Smothers and did a great job and almost won that game.
Yeah.
So we almost had to face him again, but he backed down from Alabama and went to Texas. So we won't be seeing any Hollywood Smothers, but it's another indication. And Julian Sayin, Ohio State's quarterback, he was in Alabama a few years ago. So they just they're not able to do it anymore. They can't keep their players 3 and 4 deep. And I don't think that they're as good as people think they are. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not looking for a blowout. I think we can hang with them. I really do.
No doubt. I'm feeling really good about it. And we're going. By the way, Alan, tickets start at $31. Those are nosebleeds, all the way up to I've seen up to $430. So depending on where you want to sit. And if I have to be in the parking lot, that's fine with me. I'll be at that game one way or the other and having a good time for sure. So,
and that's another thing for those that want to take a road trip. Maybe if they've never been to an Alabama football game, I just think it'd be a neat deal. And I'm like Kyle. I hope that the offense can get going early. I think we'll learn a lot, and especially after by the third quarter. Obviously, this team won't have an identity by them, but I think we'll learn a lot pretty early to see what we got, especially quarterback-wise, and talking about running backs. We haven't talked about much about a kid that I think is going to contribute this year, and that's Michael Allen.
Yes, sir.
I think
That'd be nice.
I think Michael, or Rose product, he's been state UNLV. I think he's going to be a big part of the running game. I'm very interested to see how he contributes this year.
Yeah, I think
Alabama's in the same situation we are. They're replacing a lot of pieces. They have, 2 new quarterbacks. I mean, you can draw a lot of parallels between Alabama and ECU, except for they're Alabama and we're ECU. So maybe they do get, better players from high school, but still, I just don't think the difference is that drastic as it would have been 4 years ago.
Yeah, I just don't see a 63-10 or 50.
No.
I just don't.
No, I don't see a 63-10.
I just don't.
I said that's Saban. Yeah, Saban era, you would see 63-10, 56-10, but I think it's going to be a lot closer.
Hey, my point, and I'm just repeating myself repeatedly, but again, you got a brand new offense coordinator, new pieces everywhere, your new scheme. You just trying to get that going the very first time ever against Alabama, to me, is the worst possible situation you can be in.
But Kyle, Alabama has so many new pieces. That's a new offense to every one of those guys coming in too.
Right.
They didn't play there last year.
Our offense isn't going to play against their offense. Our offense can play against their defense. We're going to lose this game regardless. I think our defense can keep Alabama's offense in check within reason. But the thing is our offense going to be able to get anything going against them? I'm not really worried about beating Alabama. What I'm worried about is getting that offense going for App State and for ODU the next 2 weeks.
How about this? Let's see. All right. Brandon says, not to get off subject, but talk about South Florida. They come to Greenville this season. How good are they? They're supposed to be really good, Brandon. They're a team that
depends on who you ask, Dave. Depends on who you ask, man. I mean, it's some people have them above us. Some people have them below us. I think they're right there with us. Who asked that question?
Brandon.
I think they're in a very similar situation. I think they're a talented football team. They lost a lot to the portal. They brought in a lot from the portal. They did really well in the portal. They got brand new head coach and brand new coordinators. I think they're a very similar team to us. They have the potential to be really good, but a lot of things have to come together. I kind of wish we played them early. I don't really like that we play them late in the year. But we do play them here, and hopefully that game is a huge conference game at the time for us. I really don't care if it's big for them, but I think South Florida's a lot like us. They have the potential to be really good, but a lot of questions need to be answered.
Yeah, that's the game that we talked about this on Friday night. Alan, Vic, and I will not be there November 6th, that Friday night.
You guys are missing something here, though. You can't talk about USF without mentioning the fact that their defensive coordinator is going to be Josh Aldridge.
Good point.
I mean, that's to me, that's a bullseye game, or a game that I have circled just because I want to win this game really bad. Now, they had 33 outgoing transfers. 13 of them went to Auburn. They have 44 in, so they have a lot of turnover. And now they have Brian Hartline as the head coach, and he was the guru of the wide receivers at Ohio State that got the most out of them to where they were winning as much as they did. So it's going to be interesting. Oh, and I forgot Tim Beck, the Coastal Carolina coach, is their offensive coordinator. So a lot of familiarity.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
No, Tim Beck, obviously, we know what kind of offense he's going to run, and Josh Aldridge, defense. So it's a lot of ties there. I want to win that game bad, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Tim Beck was also at NC State at one time.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. If he runs the kind of offense he ran at NC State, and what he initially ran at Coastal, that's nothing like what they ran at Coastal last year. People forget he got fired at Coastal last year, and they were the drizzling crap when we played them early in the year. But he ended up getting them to a bowl game last year.
Yeah, they finished really well, really strong. They looked downright horrible. How do you say it?
Drizzling shit, but I tried to clean it up there after drizzling crap that time. But
okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's being nice.
They kind of peaked mid-season, and then they tailed off the last couple games.
By the way, Graham says, been to so many games in Bryant-Denny. If it's close, you won't be able to hear yourself talk. At Sweet Home, Alabama, and Dixieland Delight will be a nonstop regular.
Dixieland Delight after the third quarter, and they changed some of the words, not to surprise anybody.
Yeah, and we can't talk about that on air. Kenny's going to be right in front of his TV, sitting on the banks of the Pamlico River on game day. And is that Poland? I don't know how to pronounce that. Listener, viewer says, yes, Alabama's unproven. This will be a 7 to 14 point spread kind of game. Wow.
28 point spread.
No, but he's saying that, in other words, he's saying that it's a closer game. I think what he's saying is not that he's saying that's what the point spread will be. I think what he's trying to say is that's the way it's going to end.
That's the kind of way it's going to end.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
How do you say
that? I would call him a regular.
Well, I'll tell you what. If again, and I hope you're right. If we lose that game by 7 to 14, I will also buy you a beer of your choice.
Wow.
At the ECU game. So that's two guys. I hope I'm buying 2 beers.
It might be more. Let's see. He says we need to at least look competitive against Alabama, or else the playoff reality for us will be discouraging.
I agree with that.
It really doesn't matter. I disagree. And the odds of us going 11-1 if we get blown out by Alabama are slim. But you go 11-1 and you lose to Alabama, and Alabama beats you convincingly, it's really not going to matter.
You're still
unless somebody else does something really
if Alabama turns out to be good, but what if they kill us and then they're not good? That's
it depends. We're still 11-1.
Yeah.
We still
they seem to discount earlier games as well, like as far as disasters. If you have a disastrous game early in the season and recover.
And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm glad Blake Harrell was talking about the playoff, but I am not thinking about a college football playoff. I mean, in November, if we're in contention for the conference championship, then I'll start thinking about that. Otherwise, we got an unproven offense. I'll start thinking potential for a conference championship game, which then puts us in potential to be in a college football playoff in November if we're in contention.
Yeah, are you going to buy me a beer if we are hosting as I've stated, December?
Yes.
We're hosting the American Championship.
I'll buy you a beer if we're hosting or if we're playing on the road. Either one. If we're in the conference championship game, I'll gladly buy you a beer.
Dave loves Busch Light, so you'll be fine.
Oh, man.
I got you, Dave. All the Busch Lights you can drink.
I'll
even find you. Go ahead, Justin.
If we're hosting the conference championship game, everybody's invited to the suite.
There you go. Justin's invited to the suite.
We've been invited to the suite way before, and
I'm waiting on you guys.
JR?
What?
Nothing.
You want to go up to the suite?
Okay. Yeah. I did. Yeah. I'm waiting for my time in that suite. Just like I want to be in the QA3 sometime, Justin. I want to take a road trip.
Hey,
I'm not going to ask you anymore. You just invite me, and I'll show up.
You just let me know when, baby.
I'm thinking Memphis.
You can do it.
I'm
All
doing
right,
the Charlotte.
as long as you're healthy enough to make that trip.
Al and I are going to do the Charlotte trip with Justin.
See, I want some highway miles under. I want to. I figure Memphis. That'll give me a lot of, more experience, like what it's really like over
It's about
road.
700-800
hauling.
miles. I mean, that's good. That's a good little road trip for you.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to East Carolina Pirate fans, because I was doing some research and I really didn't expect to find out what I found out. Well, I kind of did. That's why I did the research. But of all the group of 6 universities, East Carolina is number 2 in attendance at over 37,000 per game. And you're talking about they're crushing Boise State. Well, we beat everybody but Fresno. But you know what? Fresno, that's a little bit different. That Valley thing, they have a more concentrated population to support them. And really, they're the only game in town. So, I mean, I can understand how they edged us out. And they're just over 38. We're like 980 a game less than them. But we're number 2 in all of, group of 6 college football.
We're always right up there. I'm surprised to hear Fresno was number 1.
What years was that?
He's got to be going last year.
Last year. Yeah, because Fresno made a jump, and now they're going to make another jump because of the Pac-12. They're speculating.
What does Washington State draw?
Yeah, surprisingly low. Kyle,
I'll tell you the problem, guys, on that. And speaking of stating the obvious, but every time we have a Tuesday, I'm thinking about the MAC. Every time we have a Thursday night game or Friday night game, Alan can tell you, when you look at, we have probably 3,000 people on a Friday night for a small town. That's, really good. That's like, playoff numbers sometimes. But as far as that goes, the reason why our numbers are lower is, yes, we're giving in to TV, and that hurts us. I think there's a lot of people. Gilbert said it too. I think that we're in a different day as far as there are more people. You saw Kenny. I know that was Kenny. You're at every home game, but there's a lot of people.
Gilbert said something in an interview that was either, I'm hoping he just had the information wrong or he was just making stuff up. In that interview, he said that back during the Skip Holtz era, every game was on TV and there was no streaming. As the little kid says on TikTok, a bullshit. There was streaming. I had CBS, originally CSTV All Access on my DSL, and then became CBS All Access. There was definitely streaming.
But not the. I know.
And then we had TV. He said if you weren't on ESPN or ESPN2, you weren't on TV. We had streaming, we had Fox Sports Net, and we had CBS Sports Network.
Correct.
So that's just nonsense. You didn't have to go to the games in the Skip Holtz era to see them, which was the point he was making. It's just nonsense. It's not true.
Nope.
And things are either true or they're not true. Period.
Okay. Hey, Kyle, Washington State, 10,500 less than us. But, that's, again, this is from last season, and speculation is they had no conference. It was just them and Oregon State, and the enthusiasm wasn't there. They weren't real good. So that number, I'm sure will
they'll increase, hopefully, for them. But to the point, so that part is nonsense. But to his other point that he was making about, and that you were making, Dave, Thursday night games really hurt our average attendance last year. There's no denying that one.
Nope.
I mean, if you take it like back in the day, growing up, we didn't have granted, it was 35,000 when I was a kid in Ficklin, but you didn't have all these. You remember when?
Yes. When you were a kid, when Art Baker was head coach, or when Bill Lewis was head coach. Shit, even when Logan was head coach, we started getting a lot of games on TV. I can remember having 9 games on TV when Logan was here. 1 year, 9-10 games. Yeah. But you talking Art Baker, Bill Lewis, and even some of the Logan era. Yes, that's true. But after that, no. You during the Skip Holtz era, no, you did not have to be at Dowdy Ficklin to see that. It's just nonsense.
Yeah. Football
and another thing I'd like to say, Alan, I'm sorry, I'll shut up. I'm talking about the same thing here, then I'll get off this soapbox. quit acting like you're happy at 15 or 16,000 season tickets. Why don't we challenge the fan
20,000.
base? Let's shoot for 20.
Yeah.
Let's have whatever you want to call it. Come up with a gimmick. And if we come up short and we sell 18,000, well, that's more than 15 or 16.
Yep. Totally agree.
By the way, we found out it's Poll AK, fellas. Poll AK.
Okay.
Okay.
Get on the
I got
poll.
it.
Who's on the poll?
I think somebody called him Polak last time.
Alan, get your mind out of the gutter. I was talking about NASCAR.
What are you looking at me for? I didn't say anything.
Is that Butte? Jolokia 400. He says, I do think they can win the conference, but that's the only way they get in. 9-3 is realistic.
That's the only way any
You're
group
going
of
to win
five
the
schools
conference
going
if
to
you're
get
9-3.
in. That's the only way any group of five schools going to get in.
Because that means you're 9-2 after week 1.
What say it again now, JR?
Right. Unless I read his comment incorrectly, Kyle. I thought he said that we're not going to win the conference, but we're going to be 10-2. Did he say that?
No, he said he thinks we can win the conference, but that's the only way we get in. His prediction is 9-3.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way any group of 6 teams is going to get in the playoffs.
Okay, I misread it. I thought he said I don't think. He said I do think. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the next question, do you think Ray will be a factor versus Bama?
Never seen Ray play down in my life.
Yeah, but yes. Speed. Yes.
Goody speed.
Yep, he's really got great foot. He's quick. He's only 5'8". He's very small, but he can run. He can run.
Brandon says, talk about the college football playoff. I'm seeing reports about expansion to 16 or 24. They're going to go to 24 because
I'm not sure. They may go to 16 to start. They tend to do things like a little at a time. I do think you're right. I think eventually they'll go to 24, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start at 16.
It would be 24 right now, but the SEC does not want it, and they wield a lot of power. The Big Ten actually wants 24. SEC wants to be at 16. So we'll see what happens there.
Television dictates, and I'm telling you guys, 24, and you may be right on 16 in a coming year or two, but when TV, the mighty TV says that they want 24, then, are the SEC are they going to turn down money? No, they're not. They're going to keep taking that television money. So whatever television tells us to do, that's why we have to play.
And people say, well, 24 bowl games will go away. Well, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. That still would be the smallest postseason by far in any college sport. So you still have bowl games, or I heard rumors if they go to 24, there may be a second playoff for the group of 5 for the 1 or 2 group of 5 teams. 1 or 2 group of 5 teams would be in the 24, but for the rest of the best of the group of 5, I don't know. I don't think bowl games are going to go away if they go to 24, but you're going to lose some. You're going to lose some bowl games.
Yeah, probably.
And
they did great numbers, as you know, Kyle. I think you reported their numbers were really good.
The bowl games did great ratings this year. We'll see if that trend continues, but surprisingly good numbers, yeah.
Oh my God! It's not literally Pol AK. It's Polak. It's a pronunciation. LOL. Just saying Polak. All one word. Polak.
Okay.
Polak.
All right.
Polak.
You fooled me twice. You fooled me twice.
Is that your last name, Polak?
All right. King Polak. All right. But it would take away most of the conference. I like the conference championship games. I think the conference championship games.
I hate them.
You hate them?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Look at Alabama last year against Georgia. They got destroyed, and they said, "Hey, you lose in a conference championship game. It's not going to affect whether you make the playoffs or not." Why are we playing the game? I'll tell you why, Dave. Money. SEC can't not have that money from the TV and the revenue, but the game is meaningless. I feel like it needs to go away. They need to go away.
Unless conference champions are going to be automatic qualifiers like they were the year before last.
They should be.
AKA Duke would have got in last year.
Yeah.
Then there's no need to have them. And if they go to 24, conference championship games will go away. They're going to go bye-bye. And I think you'll see probably if we go to 24, not only will conference championship games go away, just like they did with the FCS, I think week 0 will become week 1. I think college football season
they are
will start a week earlier, and then week 0 would be
the middle of March.
like August 19th, August 18th. Fantastic! I love that.
Yep.
Alan, that's football for us, high school football.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Hey, man, the first games are Thursday, August 27th. So we're literally, coming up, 6 weeks away now? Can't wait.
Yeah.
For FCS. You talking about for high school?
No, I'm talking about for college.
Yeah, there's FCS games that night. There's no FBS games that night.
Yeah, still football's football.
Yeah.
I think there is a few, Kyle.
No, not on Thursday the 27th. There are that.
Oh no, not on Thursday. No. But that weekend.
Yeah, there's I believe 10 actually FBS games that Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Hey, if anybody, I don't know how many people play Yahoo Fantasy Football, but they're starting this year. Yahoo's going to have a FBS Fantasy Football where you draft players, but the problem is they're not including us. They're not including the group of 6. It's just the Power 4 conference players are eligible to be drafted plus Notre Dame.
So they can go through themselves.
Yeah, I know. That makes me lose interest tremendously, but I'll still play.
Don't, JR. The only way to fix the
should
problem.
I make a stand?
The only way to fix the problem is for all group of 6 schools to not participate. If they
you talked me into it.
Yeah, if they see a huge drop off in participation, that'll end that. They'll be right back in there.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. That's
the
ratings right now. If you take us away,
I wanted to mention something, Dave.
Okay.
About talking about weird things, conference championship games, etc., and you're trying to get in this playoff. The Pac-12 is doing something really weird with their scheduling. So there's only 8 teams in the Pac-12. So what they're doing, you would think 7 conference games. Well, that's true. So they're going to play 7 conference games with 3 non-conference games. But then the last week of the regular season, they're going to have 1 game against another Pac-12 opponent that's going to be a rematch that will be a non-conference game. But nobody knows their opponent the last game of the regular season. There may be some tentatively scheduled, but
flex
schedules,
week.
Yes, but flex week schedules will be changed around. So like if I don't know how they're going to do that. So what do they want? Like, do they want? So if Boise is in position for the college football playoff, are they going to give them an easy opponent for that week going into the conference championship game, or are they going to give them a harder opponent to try to help? I guess it depends. I don't know. That's my question.
That's a great question, Kyle.
Yeah, because let's say it's Boise State, San Diego State for the Pac-12 championship. So let's say the worst team in the Pac-12 is Texas State, which probably won't be. We're just saying they are. Do they give them Texas State, or do they give them somebody else really good? You're obviously not going to give them whoever they're playing in the conference championship game. To me, that's odd. I would think you're going to give them an easy opponent. But then what if they get upset? So I don't know. I think they're overthinking it. I really do. But whatever.
Well, Kyle, when she was hired, she said, hey, this conference is going to do things that no one's ever seen before. We're going to be outside the box. I hate that phrase, by the way. But if you're going to be outside the box, come up with a new phrase. You're in the box just by saying outside the box. But anyhow, she said, we're going to do things differently and we're going to shake things up. Well, sometimes shaking things up doesn't always settle to be on the positive end of things. We'll see. Interesting, yes. Whether it's going to make sense or not, that remains to be seen.
I just don't know how. I'm just curious to know exactly how they're planning on doing it. Like I said, I have no idea. Do you give your 2 conference champion contenders for the championship game easy opponents, or do you give them tough opponents to help them? I don't know. That's just. I'm curious to know what their thoughts are on that flex schedule for that final week of the regular season. I say you just schedule some damn people for, if you want to do that, and it's going to be a non-conference game because you've already played everybody, but you don't want to, put so much on the ADs. Just go ahead and schedule somebody. Whoever you play in your first conference game, play them again in the last game and call it a day.
There you go. What else do you guys have on the round table tonight? And we're approaching, if you're watching live, 10 o'clock Eastern, so.
Well,
Good, Joe.
okay. I was just going to say, I'm going to give some credit to the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
The Blackbeard.
Because I hate that. I hate that name, Yard Gnomes. I don't have any Yard Gnomes gear. I haven't even been to a game, but they're the Blackbeards are going to be their alternate identity on, I believe, night games on the weekend. Occasionally, they're going to be the Blackbeards.
There's some talk that may not be just be an alternate, depending on.
Well, yeah, because they'd be foolish once they see how it's received to just stick with Yard Gnomes, which nobody likes, and it's not exactly intimidating either.
Well, one of the things I heard, I was watching an interview by Bailey, and they were talking to, I don't know if it was their GM or who it was, and he was talking about, how it would be a process to get this all done by next year, but it's something they're considering for it to be their permanent identity because of response. And he was talking about, and him and some of the other people they interviewed, how prevalent pirates are in Eastern North Carolina, and Blackbeard and Queen's Anne's Revenge, and all that. And nobody bothered to say how. Plus, we're in Greenville, the home of the Pirates. So that kind of irritates me. It's like they intentionally didn't say that. So that's not a good way to endear yourself. We know why you're calling yourself the Blackbeards, brah. There's no need to deny it or pretend like you're not. It's to appeal to Pirate fans that are ECU fans. So to not acknowledge that in the interview with Bailey drove me up the friggin' wall. Go watch that interview and see if they acknowledge that one time. They don't.
I didn't even know that. I'm going to watch it. I didn't even know he interviewed. There was an interview.
Yeah, it's a good interview, except they talk about the pirate history and Blackbeard and Queen Anne's Revenge, but they never say, plus we're in Greenville, the home of ECU and the Pirates. They never say that one time, and that's clearly the real reason behind this. And if they say it ain't, they're lying.
Why else would you do it?
Because of Blackbeard and Queen Anne's Revenge. Jesus.
Well, we can argue all night, but we talked about it before. But I will never get the logic behind Yard Gnomes. I don't know that nobody.
Here's the deal. They tried to be cute. Instead of being like realistic and logical on what will sell merchandise. But that's the bottom line. The bottom line is the bottom line. And they tried to be cute. They had a naming of the team and all that. I get all that. However, you can have all that and still come back to your Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, so it's alternate, but I think that'll become their permanent identity. But just acknowledge the real reason why you're doing it, please.
I do like the color scheme, but the name is horrible. Just horrible.
The Yard Gnomes, yeah.
Just get rid of Yard Gnomes, make it Blackbeards all the time. And people will buy. I'm telling you right now.
You have crossover appeal. It appeals to East Carolina fans.
Right. Merchandise sales will, I promise you, everybody on Wildfire, do you have a Yard Gnomes hat or anything Yard Gnomes? I know Alan doesn't. I know
I've got an ECU Yard Gnome.
I do not.
All right. Johnny doesn't have anything Yard Gnomes. Alan
don't want any either.
Well, I take that back. Alan has a whole closet full of stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, Alan. I'm sorry.
I've got a couple of Wilson Tobbs hats.
Wow.
I like the color scheme with the yellow and the green, but the names, the Blackbeards, you could do so much more with that as far as cross promotions.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's the problem, though. I looked at the logo. The pirate, he doesn't have a black beard. His beard is like I'm colorblind, so I don't even know what color his beard is. But
I thought they had taken the Yard Gnome and made his beard black. Is that not what they did?
No. This because I ordered a T-shirt. To be honest with you, it was $30, and I got the charcoal gray one, and it's on the back. It says Greenville Blackbeards and has the logo, but the dude doesn't have a black beard, which I found to be a little.
What color is the beard?
I'm colorblind. I don't know. It could be blue, green, gray. I don't know. I'm not being funny. I honestly don't know.
Send me a link, Alan, or JR.
I will. Hey, I wanted to mention one more thing, though. So I am definitely coming down for the Softball World Series regardless, because I love that event in Greenville. But we got to cheer on the Pitt County girls Friday they're playing Alabama to try to win the Southeastern bracket so that they can make it to Greenville. Unfortunately, they came up a little bit short in the North Carolina bracket, and probably Brandon Simmons will be happy. Clayton won it. I know he's coaching at the Comets, but yeah, the Clayton girls will be representing North Carolina. They play very well. They deserve it. But hopefully the Pitt County girls can, there's 8 teams in the Southeastern Regional, so it's going to be a tough task. But it starts Friday by beating Alabama. So let's hope they can do that.
Well, maybe that'll be a precursor to us beating Alabama.
Yeah, hey, I was thinking about that.
I love Kyle is like, what the hell? There's no way in the world they're going to beat him. But anyway, hey, you have to play the games. You never know what's going to happen. I'll definitely say this. I'll definitely take the points all day long. I'm not a betting man. Take the points for Alabama ECU all the way. All right. So we're a little bit after 10. Does anybody have go around the horn one final time? Final call for comments, questions. There was a question about who's going to start. Brandon asked. I'm going to go with Griffiths. He's saying Williams or Griffiths, but it's early. But I will go with Griffiths.
I'll say Griffiths because
I'm going to go with Griffiths as well.
And because of experience against Alabama. There was something I was going to bring up earlier. God, it was some Jared was talking about, I believe, and it made me think of something. It's totally gone now, but I wanted to bring it up for the end of the show. But I have forgotten what the hell it is, and I don't even know why I said this because ain't nobody gonna be able to help me with what it is. There's one thing I do want to say is Alan Vick, old Alan Vick.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
we're sitting here in almost mid-July.
I know he's
and there was supposed to be a challenge for 90s country, and I don't know what's happened with it. I don't know.
I'm ready to go.
I heard Kyle backed out. That's what I was told.
I don't know.
I'm ready whenever. It's funny you say that, Al. I was thinking about it earlier, but I did not say anything. But hey, I'm ready whenever.
Dave, you said I backed out. Hey, my name is Kyle Cephas. I drink whiskey by a gallon. I never back down, and I love a good challenge. I'm looking forward. My question with JR. JR is the kind. JR, did you put together the playlist, or have you done that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I have. I think at this point I have 21, and I think Alan said I should probably go with 30 at least. Minimum.
Yeah. Did you? Are they all charted singles that made that were?
Well, initially no, they were not, but I did. I altered it so that they are because I have some obscure stuff in there, but then you were like, no, that's not what we're trying to do here. No. So I'm not trying to trick anybody. I'm just trying to play something that everybody knows and see who can pick it up the quickest.
Yeah, and if one thing I do hope, and I don't even know if I should say this because then it may lean one way or another. JR may try to help me or hurt me. I hope the one advantage Alan would have is if it leans heavy female. That is my one weakness for 90s country. There was only a couple female country artists in the 90s that I really, really got into. Susie Boggess, Dixie Chicks later on, but not a lot in between. Maybe Terry Clark.
Joe D. Messina,
yeah.
What about
how'd you know that, JR?
I know your taste, Kyle.
Okay. All right. In women or music? Martina McBride's super cute, petite, particularly in the 90s, but musically, she had some stuff I liked. Songs like Independence Day, Wild Angels. I like the video for that. That's a good video.
That is one hell of a song. I love that, and she tears it up.
What Elvis song did you say?
Elvis?
Didn't you say that was an Elvis song or something?
No.
Martina McBride, Broken Wing.
Broken Wing. Okay, I thought you said
it's a hell of a song.
Yeah, and I hate it because she just kind of falling off the radar now.
Well, I mean, she's mod 90s country artist. That would be kind of the end of their career.
I love Sarah.
You love who?
Sarah
Evans?
Stevie
So does
Fly.
Stevie. So does Stevie.
Yeah,
Big Travis fans.
I have a picture. I have a picture with her. I
Yeah.
met her in 2007.
August in concert about 4 years ago, and she was fantastic. She's still
Hey Kyle, I texted you a link to the T-shirt that I
All right,
bought.
hold
Please
on.
tell,
All right,
please tell us what color this beard is.
All right, I'm about to look right now. Let's see.
Hey Jr., if you go to the concert with us Tuesday night, you can give me a little hint as to what might be on the list.
Oh yeah, there'll be
what
some
is
discussions
what is-
going on.
What
That's
is
what
there?
happens when you back out of a concert.
I have it on Spotify on a playlist. I might just have to play that, on the way down to the concert.
The beard color looks to be teal. What is their primary colors?
Green,
Okay.
yellow,
Green, yeah. Okay, so it's probably that teal. I'm guessing they use like a tealish green. So I think that's the color of the beard. It looks to me. So,
Okay. So when I couldn't say whether it was blue or green, it's because teal is kind of a mixture of both of them, right?
Yes, it's
All right,
definitely
so I'm not as bad as I
greenish,
thought.
but yes, but it does have a hue of blue to it, but it's definitely more green.
Yeah, the Blackbeard's jersey has got a little stripe of green on the sleeves, still a little dark green. So
yeah, Kyle, again, they're trying to be cute. Look, Blackbeard. What name? Edwin did not have a green beard.
No.
Hey, Alan, that jersey also, I love the way they have like the Pamlico River going into the Pamlico Sound, and then they have like the X over Greenville where.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic looking, and you could do a couple things with that particular.
But they're not doing it because East Carolina's in green.
No, come on, don't be ridiculous.
No, that's not.
Why would they do that?
I had nothing to do with it. Just go back and watch the interview.
I do hope that at some point that ECU and the Yard Gnomes will cross promote. I think that'd be fabulous for both sides. I think it'd be a win.
Is there? I haven't been there yet, but is there any East Carolina players playing this year?
Yeah, Jack Strom.
Okay, all right.
Jack Strom's hit a couple of dingers, but his batting average is pretty low right now. But it's wood bat. Sometimes isn't it? The Yard Gnomes are wood bats, aren't they?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So quickly before we go, Dave, just quickly before we go, and then we're going to get the hell out of here unless somebody else got something else they want to say.
All right.
Let's do a tease. All right. So randomly, don't pull any punches. I'm just asking you because I think you could do it. That you know how to play music on the air. Give us 5 seconds. You pick a country song from the '90s. Don't give anything for Alan, and let's see who gets it first. Let's give a tease.
All right.
Let's give a tease.
All right.
Okay, I got it. Hold on 1 second. I got to put something up here.
He's telling Alan what the song is.
No, I'm not.
Killing Time, Clint Black.
Clint Black, Killing Time. Yes.
Yeah, I already said it.
You did. You did.
You give us another one?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to type as fast as. If I had known that, I would have made a playlist. And
Time is 80s, though, by the way.
89. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Ready? Very easy one.
Chattahoochee, Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee.
That's definitely not. That was 93, right?
Yep.
Around that. Yep.
That was right. Yeah, it was. I was East Carolina. Definitely was 93. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's see here.
He's gonna
anything 90s. I'll pull up. It doesn't matter whether I like it or not. I'm just gonna put it up here. All right, here we go.
Man, I feel like
Let's
I
get it on.
Twain.
Yeah, that's Twain. Let's go, girls.
Oh my God. All right. All right. Here's another one. One of my favorite groups from the 90s. Here we go.
Dumas Walker, Kentucky Headhunters.
Kentucky Headhunters. Dumas Walker.
Yeah. Oh, I yeah.
So what's the score?
4-0.
Oh, whoa! I thought I did pretty good.
No, no. I said Dumas Walker, Kentucky Headhunters. What was still
All right,
playing?
here's another one.
Faith Hill, This Kiss.
Yep.
This Kiss.
Oh man. Okay, Kyle, you're crushing it. But I think if you had to name the year, Alan would be 5-0 because Alan's got the year.
Well, we ain't got to name the year.
No, you don't. But you're both impressing me. You're impressing me with your
98
knowledge.
would be This Kiss. Yeah.
And Alan
Dude,
was
I
impressing me.
I went into a TikTok 90s country trivia while it was in progress. Somebody was already up with 8 because they had the lead, 8-2, and I won. Came in, spotted somebody an 8-point lead. So yeah, I'm good at 90s country
I'm
trivia.
not
That's
going to
one
use
of
all.
my few talents.
Here's
I'm not
another one.
on my strength on a free season.
Travis Tritt, here's a quarter.
No, yeah,
Yep.
Travis Tritt.
Yeah. Yeah. Are y'all done, or you want to?
Yeah, we're done. We'll save it for the actual competition.
Yeah, we need a buzzer.
All right.
But we wouldn't know. You know what? I'm looking at it, Alan, and I can tell who's first by whoever's ring lights up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's easy to tell who's first. A buzzer, I wouldn't really know where it was coming from.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you talk. Nobody else guesses besides me and Alan, and we got to make sure you talk. Like I'm talking while the song is still playing. So y'all got to make sure you hear me.
Yeah. Are we good? Say, like, I don't know how you would do it. Let the actual clip finish.
No, it's supposed who can get it first.
Yeah, I know, but it gets kind of whatever yelling at each other. But I understand.
I think we should crown Kyle right now.
I agree. He's much more premature than I was naming those songs.
Premature.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
He finished well before I did on all 4 or 5 of those songs.
Well, I would definitely finish. Well, I don't know if I'd finish. Faith Hill in '98, I'd probably finish pretty fast.
Now I'm craving a slaw burger, fries, and a bottle of ski.
There you go. And the amount of people that don't know what ski is just a lot of people thought they meant whiskey. It's like a shortened version of whiskey, but ski is a soda that is popular in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, my favorite Kentucky Headhunters song, and it wasn't a huge hit, even though it was a hit, was "Rock and Roll Angel."
She's got a style that's the talk of the town.
That's my favorite.
I got a question for Kyle though: is what's more popular in Kentucky, ski or L8?
L8.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. L8, well, I reckon it's more popular in Kentucky. It's certainly more national.
It is.
So you would think it would be more popular in Kentucky because, L8 is something that you can get nationally. You can get it nationally, Dave, at any Cracker Barrel has L8. And they also have a
Blackberry
variant. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Now you weren't, but Kyle, I gave Kyle some Vernors, which he'd actually already had before I gave him.
Man, Vernors does not taste like ginger ale. It tastes like bubble gum.
It's from Michigan.
It tastes like cream, like a bubble gum cream soda to me.
Yeah, it's a Great Lakes version of ginger ale.
Yeah, and what L8 is, Dave, is a ginger ale citrus combination.
Yes.
It's like ginger and citrus mixed.
Oh, yes. Okay. I probably would like that. I love it.
Yeah, it's tasty. It's good.
It's good.
So you said that's at Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel. You can always get it.
Fairly carbonated too, I would say.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to DoorDash that.
Okay. Cracker Barrel always has that. Another good soda at Cracker Barrel is their it's the Oso. They Oso grape, Oso lime, Oso orange. If you like any kind of fruit flavor sodas, those are really good. You can find those at Cracker Barrel.
Absolutely.
Soda objective.
Well, I've obviously got some work to do. I got to work on my speed. So I'll be working on that.
Well, Alan, unfortunately, you don't have city speed, so
I don't even have county. I don't have. County.
Well, at this point, he doesn't have country speed. Oh, how about that? Look at that right there.
Oh my goodness! Do we have any Wildfire? You got anything before we get out of here?
I was gonna get mad and whip my ass on the competition. He's gonna go start prepping tonight. He's gonna be putting on Rocky music while he listens to 90 country music.
It's all Joel Whitburn all the time from here to the competition. Yeah, I guess everybody knows who Joel Whitburn is, right?
I know the name. Was he a producer?
No, Joel wrote all the chart books.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah,
and that's what Casey Kasem, like every American Top 40 countdown, and they have it's really if you're a DJ those books are amazing because that way it helps you with. I don't know if it's all digital now. Is it
It was
digital now?
before the internet. Those were radio station Bibles. Whatever format you were, you had a Joel Whitburn book that had the charts and how many weeks it stayed on the charts, how many weeks at number one, how many whatever. He was from Minnesota.
He passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he passed away, but he from the early '70s through 2010. He sold a ton of those books, man. They were expensive too.
Like probably $25-$30 back then, I would think.
Yeah, they were more than that. I got the first Whitburn book.
Those hardback were really expensive.
Yeah, and quickly, my last thing here is we're talking about music. Saw Blackberry Smoke for the second time Thursday night in Wilmington. JR and me and Stevie went to see Blackberry Smoke in Roanoke Rapids in February. Fantastic live. Great atmosphere in Wilmington at Live Oak. Or excuse me, not Live Oak, Greenfield Lake. Much more fun place to see a show than Live Oak. And got to see Jason. What's his name? Newstead. Thank you. Formerly a Metallica. I'm a Metallica fan. He opened up. He was good. And I posted clips from the show on my Facebook. But JR, go on my Facebook. Somebody was there and posted. I guess they were standing at the very front of the pit, and they had a very professional camera and filmed the entire concert. And it's literally like a concert video. And I've taken two of the songs. When they do "Let Sleeping Dogs" with "Come Together" by the Beatles mashup, and then when Jason and Blackberry Smoke in the encore covered "Thin Lizzy," I put that one up there. Yeah, Jailbreak. Correct, and definitely take your time. If you're a friend with me on Facebook, take your time and go look at that. If you're not a friend with me on Facebook, you really can't look at it. Go on YouTube, look it up. Type in Blackberry Smoke Wilmington 2026.
Brandon's going to see Tim McGraw in Raleigh next month for my birthday. Good show. He does. I've seen him like 4 times. He's a really good.
If he only played stuff from '93 to like 2002, I'd go see him.
Yeah, when he plays Indian Outlaw, I got to go to the bathroom, man. I can't.
Indian Outlaws.
That's
I love "Don't Take My Squirrel." That's a good one.
Favorite Tim McGraw song is "Please Remember Me," 1999.
Yeah, I agree. That's my favorite Tim McGraw song as well.
Interesting, Alan. That's just interesting. That's both our favorites.
McGraw song too.
Really well written song.
But Indian Outlaw, I mean, just me, my personal. I thought that was the worst piece of crap I'd ever heard.
It was a catchy little gimmicky song. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Does it hold up? No. At the time, I didn't mind it.
I love it. I mean, that's his signature. That's what put him on the map. I like it. I love it.
You want some more of it?
Yeah, I try.
From that album, the Like It I Love It album, I really like the song Renegade.
Yeah, McGraw grew on me. You know, first couple of singles, I was like, yeah. But he grew on me, and he's a good actor as well.
And in the Country Music Hall of Fame, along with Kenny.
Like I said, I like his older stuff. Nobody I'd go see live though.
I think Tim McGraw belongs in the Hall of Fame, but there's a lot of people that aren't in the Hall of Fame that should have been in before Tim McGraw. But they're just my opinion.
When you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think of me.
Please remember me.
Please remember me.
That's a Taylor Swift song, Tim McGraw. That was her first hit.
That's right.
Taylor Swift's first hit was a song called Tim McGraw. Hey, there's another song I like. Favorite Taylor Swift song is a song her and Tim McGraw did together called Highway Don't Care. I thought that was a really good song too.
For the later part of his career.
Yes.
Yeah.
I only know one Taylor Swift song, and so it's got to be my favorite, I guess, because it's the only one I've ever heard. My wife was watching, I'm going to botch the name of this movie, where the Crawdads sing.
Great movie.
And Taylor Swift does the song at the end when the credits are rolling, Carolina. I don't want to ruin it, but
well, you already have.
I know. That was unavoidable. But it was I liked it. I thought it was
great.
Very well done.
I don't know that song, but that is a tremendous movie. Did you enjoy the movie, JR?
I did, Kyle. I did. I wasn't going to watch it because I said, it's a chick flick. She's
It's
like,
not a chick flick.
well, it wasn't. It turned out it wasn't. Now, there's no
It's a
bus,
murder
though.
mystery.
There's no bus from whatever cove they were to Greenville at 2 a.m. That part was.
Yes, yeah, I did like that they went to Greenville. I love that.
Yeah.
But what
conference.
I didn't like that they went to Greenville, but then the boy goes away to school at Chapel Hill. Why couldn't he just went to East Carolina? That would have made it even better. But
I agree. Well, no, it wouldn't have. It would not have. It was much better. He went to Chapel Hill because he went to Chapel Hill as a down to earth country, good moral guy, and he got corrupted in Chapel Hill, which wouldn't have happened at ECU.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's true.
And he stiffed her.
It's true.
But by the way, there's a new quote.
Has anybody else seen that movie? Dave, Jr., or Alan?
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
It's only been out about 5 years at this point.
I know, but there's tons of movies that come out that.
There's a new Randy Travis album of some unreleased material that is coming out.
Not AI, not more AI bullshit, but actually unreleased.
No.
Okay,
this
good.
is legitimate unreleased.
I hear that's coming for Keith Whitley also.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm just always suddenly Randy Travis got unreleased material. Suddenly Keith Whitley's got unreleased material. It just still makes me go, man, is this really AI?
How about Prince?
Just think about what stuff is in the can, like 6 or 7 takes of, I don't know, whatever your favorite chemical. Please remember me. There's alternate versions.
Sure, demos, yeah.
Stuff I'd like to hear is working up the song, take 3, whatever. That's the stuff I think they need to release on the classic artists. I think.
Wait. Hold on. I'm going to see Simmer Gone Raw. I've never heard of the opener. Put that up. Okay. All right, Brandon. Here's the problem, my buddy. Here you go. Do yourself a favor. Quit listening to mainstream country. 49 Winchester's a great band out of Virginia. They're not mainstream. They're country with a little southern rock. JR, I'm sure knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get out of the mainstream. Mainstream country's horseshit now. It's not like it was back in the day. Check out Cody Jinks. Check out Ward Davis. Take a drink. Check out even though they're southern rock, Blackberry Smoke. Check out Whiskey Myers. Check out Chris Knight. Check out help me out, JR.
Okay. Turnpike Troubadours.
Yeah, going to see them in Charlotte Friday. Check out Muscadine Bloodline. There's so much. You'll enjoy 49 Winchester. You just clearly you listen to mainstream, and that's okay. But for good music now, unfortunately, it ain't on mainstream radio.
Do you like Ella Langley?
Yeah, she would be an exception. She's not bad. I don't love her, but she's from Texas, has a nice little groove to it. She's not bad. A mainstream artist, there are some that are good.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Keith Urban's covers album that he's done recently. He's done all the 70s covers.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Ashley McBride puts out good stuff for a mainstream artist.
I love her.
Zach Top is good for that 90s sound. There's just not a lot of good mainstream country coming out. There's a lot of good country coming out, but it ain't mainstream.
I just read a biography on Gary Stewart. If you know who Gary Stewart is.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh man, what a life! Wow.
Well, the one problem we have, I'll tell you.
Charlie Crockett, there's another guy that's out there that's putting out some good stuff.
Everybody gets mad when I say this, but it's true. The problem, Alan and I can tell you, is that when you have 6 slots basically for new stuff, it is extreme.
The problem is now, Davis, there's only 4 major labels. There used to be way more.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
And that's the problem, and that's why the music industry has become condensed. Everything is gimmicked or has a pop sound or overproduced. There's just not very good mainstream country anymore. And mainstream music, period.
Yep, auto tune is used a lot.
Best rock and roll band out there right now to me is Blackberry Smoke. And how many times has any of y'all ever heard Blackberry Smoke on the radio? Yet, I just saw them play in front of 1,500 people in Wilmington.
And that's the cool thing about the internet now. You can find stuff like that.
Yep.
Nobody loves radio more than I do.
But you don't need it anymore to be successful.
I have to rely on it anymore to find new stuff.
No, or to be successful at all.
Yeah.
Yes, and not even just to be look, yeah, to sell out arenas like Luke Combs, yes, or stadiums. But I've seen Cody Jinks play 7,000 seat. I saw Cody Jinks play the Asheville Civic Center and sell it out. So and Ian had one freaking radio hit
Yeah, he's going to be at Jiffy Lube Live down my way,
Oh,
up
wow.
my
with
way,
Five
I
Finger
should say.
Death Punch.
Yeah,
He's gonna be in Raleigh with Five Finger Death Punch. I thought about going, but
Yeah.
I can't justify spending those amount of tickets to see him do a 55-minute opening act because I don't care about
yeah,
seeing Five Finger Death Punch. So I would literally go see him then leave.
yeah. I
I might
agree.
still end up going because it's near my birthday, but I have no interest in seeing Five Finger Death Punch. Not that I dislike them; they just ain't my thing.
Right. I get it.
You like cross Canadian ragweed, don't
I
you?
love them.
Cody,
Yeah,
Cody
they're
Canada.
they're they're
Yeah,
back together for some limited
yep.
dates.
I was just going to mention that.
Are they
Okay,
going to
you're
play
on top
somewhere
of
around
things,
your
though.
way?
Not going to surprise you. Okay, how do you stand on Jamie Johnson?
First of all, is Cross Canadian Wagweed playing somewhere up your way, Jr.?
Not. It hasn't been announced yet, but
Okay.
they're going to put a. Yeah, they are going to be touring. I
Yeah, I
think.
want to go see them wherever they are. Jamie Johnson's fantastic, but he does way too many covers live.
Yeah.
Way too many covers live. When I saw him in Raleigh, um, 20, I would say typical 24 song set. I would say 10 of them were his song. The other 14 were covers. I am a strict, when I go to see a headline artist, anything more than 3 covers to me is too much. Unless you're doing it during your encore. Now, if you do it during your encore and you've played all your stuff and you're just having fun, have at it. But during your set list, anything more than 3 covers is too much.
I agree.
Oh, God, I hate Hardy. Brandon, we ain't going to get along on music, brother. Let me know what you
You
think
know
about
what I like
49.
from Hardy? I like I'm Rednecker than you, or something.
You know what I like from Hardy when he shuts up and don't sing. That song "Wait in the Truck" was the stupidest song I've ever heard in my
Who's
life.
the girl in that?
Lainey Wilson, she's
Yeah,
hot.
yeah.
I love
But
her. She's
"Wait in the Truck" is so stupid. And I'm going to tell you, well, now we're just got off topic. But does everybody know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Her
So if you
boyfriend
change
roughs
one
her up a
thing,
little bit.
if you change one thing about the song, it would have been good. So he's driving through town and he sees this girl that he don't know, and he can tell she's running away and she's been beaten, and he picks her up, and then he goes and kills her boyfriend or husband that had beat her up. Well, that is a great story if it was his high school girlfriend that he hadn't seen in 10 years, but he never got over.
Hey Kyle, you're talking about where the crawdads sing, kind of same
Yes,
deal.
yes, that kind of thing. But I ain't killing no damn body for some bitch I don't know. I'm sorry you got beat up. I'll take you to the police station, but I'll be damned if I'm going to prison.
Oh man, Brandon's got
Like a darker version of Chevy Van.
Kyle, what about? I hate Florida Georgia Line with a passion, my friend.
I love it.
Oh gosh.
I hate them with a passion. So does Alan Vick. So they're horrible. They're horrible. They're horrible. They've got one song, and I cannot think of it right now, that I don't mind, and I wish I could think of it. It was one of their later hits.
Yeah. I like the Florida Alabama line.
Dirt. I don't mind the song "Dirt" by them, but the rest of their songs are horrible.
Wow. That must be a darn good song if you actually can stomach that one.
Yeah, I can stomach "Dirt."
Okay.
It's funny. I did not like Shania Twain, but her last charted record was a song called "I Ain't No Quitter," and I thought that was the best record she ever made. So I used to hate Shania Twain.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hate Shania Twain, but that ain't. That ain't no quitter. It's completely different from anything she ever did.
That's a double negative. That means that she is a quitter if you take that literally.
And well, she's got a new record coming out, but unfortunately, she's lost.
Mutt Lang, no Mutt Lang to produce it.
No, once Mutt went away, that was the end of her.
Yep.
Was she gone and done it?
Yeah, once Mutt had the affair with Shania's friend and they split, she never had another hit record without him.
You always hear about, speaking of that, I saw something the other day in affairs that just cracked me up. So Rob Van Dam, does everybody know who Rob Van Dam is? Yeah. I know 3 of us know who Rob Van Dam is. JR, Rob Van Dam's a wrestler, a former professional kickboxer, a badass dude, one of the wrestlers you don't want to really get in a fight with.
Yeah.
His wife that he married in 1999. He divorced her in 2015 because she was having an affair on him with the maintenance man. You're married to RVD, a dude that's a millionaire, a professional wrestler, and you're screwing around with the maintenance man. And how ballsy is this maintenance man
Oh boy.
screwing RVD's wife? I mean, RVD could kill you. He ain't no fake wrestler. Yes, he was, but he's a badass dude.
But his refrigerator works fabulously now, and that's good.
Say again?
His refrigerator works fabulously now. You know, the maintenance.
Oh yeah, because the maintenance guy. Yeah.
Hey, that's like, getting free HBO from the cable guy.
Yeah. Well, you have to do that for HBO.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was hysterical. I don't know if I think the maintenance guy is an idiot or if I want to give him a high five. But one or the other. But I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, Sonya, RVD's wife, cheats on him with the maintenance guy. This just goes to show you anybody can get cheated on with anybody.
It sounds like a wrestling storyline if I've ever heard one.
Sounds like a wrestling storyline written by Vince Russo.
Yeah, there's a country song there somewhere.
Yeah. If you play
RVD's entrance music, by the way, before he went to WWE when he was in ECW, was "Walk" by Pantera, one of my favorite heavy metal songs. You guys like that song?
I don't really know Pantera that well.
I
know you have to know Walk.
Dimebag Daryl.
Yep, Dimebag Daryl. Yep.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, Walk is a great football song. Is there no standard anymore? It's just such a great song.
Very ignorant when it comes to heavy metal. After about 1988,
listen to "Walk" by Pantera. Listen to the lyrics. It is a great football song. Respect, walk. What do you say?
I'll listen to it to see, so I know what you're talking about. But all right, you guys ready?
Can't you see how easily you're bothered by persistence? It's a great song.
But I am. Thanks again, Kyle. I am looking forward to Coral Reefer Band on Tuesday night with Mike and Dave. And
quickly, and Dave, Alan, y'all enjoy that, and your friend Mike. And I'll quickly tell you this. Okay, so when you get there to Live Oak, with him being completely blind, and I know you also have some mobility issues. If you guys don't want to sit on that horrible lawn at Live Oak where you can't see anything, and I know Mike wouldn't be able to anyway, when you get there, tell them the situation, and if you can find out who is in charge of ADA seating beforehand, and I guarantee you, unless there's just no room, you guys will get moved up to ADA seating. If you just
Even
say,
Dave and I?
Are you going, JR?
Well, I'm considering it, yeah.
Yeah, but Al, I don't know how many they'd move y'all up, but with Alan, if you use your mobility disability with your leg, and Mike, you say, hey, this guy's completely blind. Really,
and I can't hear, Kyle.
Well, I don't. You can use that too. But you're with them. We don't want Mike out here on the lawn. So I promise you, I've done it a million times. I've won lawn seats to Walnut Creek so many times, and every single time I've been able to get a free upgrade. I bought tickets for Cody Jinks opening for Eric Church in Walnut Creek at the back of the pavilion. And when I got there, I was like, hey, look, I bought these tickets because there was nothing else better available, which was a lie. When I bought them, can you guys move me up to the handicap section closest to the stage? And they did. So my experience, they'll do it every time.
I will definitely do that. I don't want to be away from JR and Dave. So, that's the only. You
can try to get all four. I mean, you got JR's hearing issues, Mike's vision issues, your mobility issues, and Dave's bald.
Whatever it takes, baby.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Put him on.
Dave, you can just like go in there and just like I'm not. You can't even say that on the air anymore. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to. You know what I was going to go with, but you can't even do that anymore. So never mind.
All right.
Just just drool a lot and keep wiping it away.
6 months I'm going to be better because I'm actually now, for the first time in my adult life, and I know we got to go, I am going to a chiropractor. I've never been to a chiropractor. Went to my first chiropractor ever on Friday. So
I let them pop them air bubbles.
And and he swears, he looked at me and he said, how do you walk? I said, carefully. But he swears he could help me because I've got I've got the scoliosis, of course,
Yeah.
and then I've got the hip thing is rotated way out too. They swear they're going to help me, so we'll see.
Alan, what location was it? Like, just tell me a street, or was it Greenville or Winterville?
In Greenville, I mean, I'll tell you who it is. Went to Dr. Worth. He's the biggest chiropractor in Greenville.
Oh, okay. Worth Chiropractic.
Recommendation of a friend.
They've been supporting the Pirates for years.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they put you on this bed that's called the roller. Oh my gosh, that is the best thing ever, man. But
Okay.
they said it's going to take me probably 8 to 10 visits to really, get well. But they said they can help me. So
Okay. I went to the fellow on Arlington Boulevard, and he's a offbeat dude, and tells really bad jokes, but he works. He does.
Dr. Steve Cohen?
No, Dr. Bruce. Was it Bruce?
Yeah,
McCray, MCREA, maybe.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Well, so we're going to give chiropractors plugs. I'll go ahead and plug Dr. Wojcicki at Kinston Chiropractic in Kinston, North Carolina. My chiropractor.
But hey, has everybody had good experiences with chiropractic?
Yes.
Yeah, I have actually, even though I still think it's nonsense. Yeah, my experiences with Wojcicki were good. Yeah. And I'll say this: if you guys can't get off the lawn, but I think you'll be able to, at least Alan and Mike. But I think they'll accommodate all four of you, unless there's just no room. Live Oak, the lawn seat is flat. It's not a big hill like at Walnut Creek on the lawn. So, and it's a pretty good sized venue. So from the lawn, you really can't see the back of the lawn. There's a little bit of a hill. The further back you go, you guys will see the hill. Probably the better view you're gonna have if you can't get upgraded from the lawn seats. I'm not a huge fan of Live Oak. It's a beautiful location for a concert because it's right on the river. Near the Riverwalk and all that, Wilmington. But of the two amphitheaters in Wilmington, Greenfield Lake, it's a smaller one of the two, but it's a much better place for a concert.
Well, I appreciate the information. I'm definitely going to call tomorrow and see. I'm going to call ahead to see if they could.
Yeah, call. Just look up who to call. You know what to do. You're a grown man. Worked in the radio business for years. Pay your taxes. Use your right and left turn indicators. But just call and or either email. What I did for at Greenfield Lake's a little bit different situation. It's general admission seating. So for the two shows I went there, I just emailed ahead, told them my situation. They accommodated me beforehand. What they'll do, if you tell them the situation, they'll probably tell you the name of the person that's in charge of ADA seating, and to ask for that lady or man. Typically, it's a woman, and from my experience, when you get there, and most of the time they'll accommodate you. Particularly when it's something like blind, not because I twisted my ankle, but when it's a clear disability, they're gonna typically accommodate you.
All right. We'll let you know how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Those of you know that I've been a parrot head since 1985. Been a huge
Johnny,
Jimmy. What's that?
Tell JR to bring his playlist.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would be there, guys. For Blackberry Smoke Thursday, and then Friday we're going to Charlotte for Turnpike Troubadours. So I could not, ask Jessica to do a third concert in a week. She would have killed me. So that's why we're not going, and why Alan. I don't know, Alan, you might have been going anyway, but that's why your friend Mike has been.
Well, I really appreciate it because like I told you, he's huge Buffett, and the steel guitar player is his hero, Doyle Grisham. So he's really looking forward to it.
By the way, no thanks to Ticketmaster. I don't know what the hell happened with that transfer, why I couldn't find those tickets, but no thanks to Ticketmaster. I figured it out on my own. Then I had another issue with Ticketmaster the other day where I was locked out of my account and they couldn't help me again, and I had to figure it out on my own. So I want to say Ticketmaster customer service is horrendous.
All right, there you go. Well, we'll get out of here. Thank you guys so much. We're looking to have maybe a guest or two next week. We'll talk about that, and we'll promote it. And you guys have put it in the private chat, so we'll look at that.
Hey, Alan.
Yes, sir.
A message for Alan. We can remove the horseshoes that we're sitting on, because I was, the podcast comes first, but I really didn't want to miss that Atlanta race, and it looks like we're going to get 152 laps after the show's over because they red flagged it.
Yeah, it's been red flag now for a couple hours.
Do you think that they're going to restart it tonight, or we're going to be a Monday morning thing?
Weather doesn't look good tomorrow morning either. So I think they'll probably hold around until if they don't get it started by midnight, I think it's done. But we'll see.
Is it rain or just lightning? From what I'm reading, it's just lightning.
It was lightning to begin with, and then it was rain.
That sucks. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we don't have a horseshoe then.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all next week. Well, hopefully I'll see y'all Tuesday. I'll let you know tomorrow for sure.
Okay, please do. And I'd look at if you can make it, that'd be great.
Awesome. Appreciate the
invite. Right. We'll get out of here. Thank you so much. Again, great job, guys, as always. Wildfire, Kyle, Johnny, Alan. We'll see you next Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And you're watching the Sports Objective. Good night, everybody. And as always, go Pirates.
You're watching the Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.